우선 경기 이네이트 이기 전에 ASD 팀이라고 인구님이라고 인구 형이 저한테 이제 먼저 저희랑 같이 하는 게 어떠냐 이런 식으로 물어봐가지고 들어가게 되었습니다. 면접 같은 건 따로 안 받고 그냥 스크림 매판 하자마자 바로 들어갔어요. 네, 시청자들 입장에서는 저는 그래도 교전적으로 진짜 자신 있어가지고 만약에 제가 대회를 나가게 된다면 진짜 교전으로 보여드리겠습니다. 우선 로컨 형 우선 내일 예선하는 걸로 알고 있는데 예선 굳이 이겨줬으면 좋겠고 결승에서 보면 좋겠습니다. 네.
반가워. 귀찮은 건 하나면 충분해. 잠깐만 혼자 있게 해줘. 편하게들 살았구나. 쉿. 내가 나가는 건 비밀로 해. 나도 반가워. 죽으면 죽는 거지. 그뿐이야. 숨어봐. 할 수 있으면. 둥둥 떠다니는 사람들을 본 적 있어? 난 봤어. 이게 끝?
잔다 잔다. 휴가 퇴근이다.
드디어 먹어본다.
신메뉴야? 좀 나만 먹는 거 같아 맨날 진짜. 근데 이거 치킨 이름 뭐야?
크크크 치킨 호랑이 맛 크랑이 치킨.
얘들아 치킨 왔다.
나 오늘부터 다이어트라고 했잖아.
다이어트 한다니까 씹지 말고 녹여 먹어. 얘가 그지 얘가.
빠사삭은 못 참지.
바삭함의 끝판왕 크크크 치킨 호랑이 맛 크랑이 치킨. 콘 크럼블로 더 바삭하고 갈릭 파우더와 콘 후레이크 시즈닝으로 더 풍부해진 맛.
맛있는 육식계 치킨.
크크크 치킨 호랑이 맛 크랑이 치킨.
처음에는 저희도 대전 사이버거즈를 하려는데 이미 경기 이네이트에서 대전 사이버거즈를 했더라고요. 그래서 거기에 대항하기 위해서 더 비싸고 맛있는 대전 사이 플렉스 버거즈로 했습니다. 한 번 먹어보면 점점 빠져드니까 조심하세요.
이름이 서브 딜러 쪽이라 다른 서브 딜러 쪽이 연습할 기회가 있다면 연습하겠습니다.
팀이 해체되고 나서 어디로 가야 될지 정하던 와중에 이제 슬래셔 전신이죠. 프레이 팀 모집 공고가 올라와서 지원하게 돼서 들어갔습니다. 여러모로 같은 장르의 게임이다 보니까 도움을 많이 받고 있습니다.
접니다.
사실 인원수가 나오고 있기 때문에 굳이 여기서 시간 쓸 필요 없죠.
자, 쇼 먼저 들어갔는데
이거죠.
앞대기 선수가 들어가서 하트가 연계를 막는 게 중요했어요.
그런데 그냥 세비 선수 들어온 거 그냥 블랙맘바 이렇게 한번 피해주고서 뒷라인에 이렇게 딜해주면 실제 입장에서 뭐 액션이 이바 못 잡죠? 이바 잡으려면 그냥 10분을 때려야 됩니다.
자, 한 명 남았습니다. 이렇게 마무리가 되나요? 오유비. 네, 조합 같은 경우에는
그래서 그런 구도에서 들어갈 때는 사실 마이가 이바를 정확하게 해체해줘야 됩니다.
자, 이거 탱커들이 언제 돌진기를 쓰느냐인데
상몽으로 가야 되는데 이거 컴퓨터가
자, 이거 펠리스가 다운되면 자, 일단 펠리스 살긴 살았어요. 버텼고요. 국가가 다시 합류가 되나요? 근데 이미 체력적인 차이가 너무 많이 나는데요.
이게 전략을 다르게 짠 부분이 굉장히 좋았긴 했습니다. 펠렉스를 밀어놓고서 하트 궁극기 쓰면 그냥 마이로 끌어온 다음에 다시 싸우면 이겼는데 다시 싸울 수가 없었죠.
자, 결국 이렇게 마무리가 되면서
크게 돌았어요.
이거 피오라나 테오도로 물어야 되는데 테오도로 무는 게 제일 좋죠?
자, 파고 들었는데 이거 하트
와,
네.
궤도리 스위스로 바로 끊겼고요. 자, 이러면은 결국에는 무너질 수밖에 없는 경기 네이트. 스몰류가 높긴 하지만 살짝 애쉬어도 지금 리플라이까지 먹은 팀이거든요.
그래서 자 자연스럽게 쓰기 전에 걸겠다는데 본대 쪽이 잘 들어갔어요 망나니.
자 이거 다르코가
레니 잡았.
최대한
레니 잡았어요.
아 레니가 핑퐁을
이런
애쉬어.
피해를 누가 잡나요?
자 애쉬어가 아이템 밸류가 너무 높았기 때문에
자 이거 못 끊어요.
진짜 잘 싸웠지만
진주는 끊을 수 없다.
야 그래도 킬포인트 하나 더.
킬복사.
또 살려?
자 다시 죽일 거야.
또 죽여! 아니 이거
일단은 또 죽이긴 했는데요. 그러면 불구하고 돈도 죽었습니다.
이거 진짜 심판 불러야 되는 거 아니에요 이 정도면? 자 이렇게 애셔가 좀 유리한 상황을 만들어 가야 되는데요. 네 그래도 킬 많이 했다. 네 오래오래 버티고 있지만
는 마무리가 될 것 같고요. 금지구 시간도 없기 때문에.
네 마무리가
자 이제 칼라스도
됐습니다.
네, 살아있긴 했거든요. 1구 챙길 수 있나요?
터미네이트.
장윤란스는 우리가 나오기 때문에.
아 오요백의 숨통이 지금 트이질 않습니다.
맞습니다. 이거 한 번 더 죽으면 오요비는 끝장이거든요.
자 트랙이 깔렸습니다.
아 근데
어트랙션의 게더링까지 넣어주면서 뒤쪽에 테오도르가 프리딜.
그래도 아야도 프리딜.
킬 하나 따냈고요.
아야가 앞으로 들어가야 돼요. 잡아내야 됩니다.
와,
그냥
계속
이게 아야 잡는 거 보고서 뛸 때가 왔는데 신호면 선수가 뒤를 잡고 있었죠.
자 이러면
근데 이거
자 들어가서 블링크 시단계와
과감한데요?
카페트까지 연계 패시브가 있다 이거죠.
근데 같은 조합이긴 한데 서로 제니가 연기를 쓴 상황.
아니 이번에 제니끼리 막 바뀌는데요 위치가? 연구소 대역입니다. 시간 계속 줄어들고 있고요.
그리고 에서가 터질 수밖에 없는 상황이라 일단은 죽은 것 같은데.
네, 조합도 같고 유지력도 비슷하지만 클라인 선수의 아이템 차이.
찌잖아요.
이게 계속 시키는 거예요.
아 이거 아디나 올 때까지.
이거 잠시만요. 강도 대박의 진주의 굴림 파리. 아니 대전 사이버스 카르텔 위기입니다.
아니 카르텔 입장에는 얘네가 왜 여기 있어? 말할 수밖에 없는 상황이고 기날 씨가 밉다. 그래서 입장에서는 제니랑 레드를 뒤쪽에 잘 숨겨놓기만 하면은 레드 선수가 먼저 죽진 않을 것 같거든요.
자 들어오는 거 일단 다르코가.
근데 다르코와 비앙카이스트 여기에 쓰였다는 것 자체가.
그리고 지금 칼라 구급기 위치가 대박이었고요. 강로로 지금 세비 선수 바로 벽에 몰아놓고 다운시킨 것도 너무 좋았고.
근데 깊었어요 레벨 선수.
와 이거 어떻게든 누워있는 거 갈아보려고 했던 건데.
자 근데 사이버즈 핑퐁이 준비했습니다만 부활이
네.
남아있고 이러면 치유의 바람 시간 중요하죠. 치유의 바람 풀타임 얼마나 됐나요?
와
살렸어요.
이거는 결국 2대1이 됐는데요.
예, 이게 레니와 이 제니 조합이 이게 투명기가 끝나고 나서 살아나는 타이밍에 에어오른 거, 그 다음에 이 당근 바주카를 통해서 한 번 더 제니에게 숨통을
거의 뭐 심폐소생술을 해버리니까.
그렇죠.
네. 마지막 싸움 이렇게. 네, 하트, 경기 인네이트, 그리고 카르텔. 카르텔 여기서도 만약에 킬 나오면.
그렇죠. 근데 경기 이네이트가 합류가 되죠. 그런데 이런 교정도 안 좋아요. 자, 이거 뭐 아디나가 길을 연기하기엔 조금 어려운 상황. 그럼 하트 쪽 먼저 포커싱 되나요?
자, 그래도 잘 버텨냈고요. 에스텔이 잘 개입을 해줬습니다.
와,
기가 살아나가고. 오, 피스메가 끊겼고요. 이러면 그래도 카르텔이 조금 숨 쉬는데요.
그렇죠. 구멍이 열리나요? 열렸네요. 이 어리준을 너무 잘해요. 이게 액션이 타고 들어오는 수밖에 없긴 한데.
이러면 하트가 피스메이커 못 누를 것 같은데요.
그래도 일단 최대한 기다렸다가 괜히
누르긴 눌렀는데 끝나면요. 에키온이 그냥 날뜁니다.
자, 이거 제니가 딜해주는 상황만 최대한 피하면 되는데 그래도 메모리가.
자, 또 에어라인이 막아줬습니다. 음유의 위치.
자, 이거는 메모리가 슈퍼플레이를 했고, 그래서 음유 선수 쪽으로 노려가는 제니를 보고서 그냥 뒤에 떨어져 있던 레니를 잡아줬기 때문에 하트가 좀 분명을.
자, 이거 지금 터미네이트가 준가요?
됐습니다. 터미네이트 나오겠는데요.
벨라리도 터트렸는데
샤워입니다.
그런데 싸움이 벌어집니다. 오래광대 버섯 때문에 일단 서로 바로 코앞에서 교전이 열렸고요.
그렇죠. 근데 게더링 피드를 조금 더 오래 쓴 건 투시맨이고.
와, 이거
사실 파고 들었어요.
근데 또 테오도르가 결국엔 또 살아요.
그런데 아디나가 테오도르 볼 수만 있다면 딜 넣어줄 수만 있다면.
반말사 선수 체력이 너무 좋고요. 사태 선수 갈렸고요.
이게 진아 선수가 뒤로 크게 도는 사이에 반말 선수와 성훈 선수는 아예 앞으로 파고들어서.
와 이것도
잡았죠.
오 살렸다.
야 이거 역으로
이거
풀먹나요?
비상인데요? 사거리 적으로 아디나가 더 기나 디바가 더 기나.
자 이거 피스메이커 쓰고서 에테 떨어뜨려가지고
피스메이커 끊겼어요.
하트 잡겠다는데
그럼 아무나 아니 카르텔?
근데 그 와중에 이게 에스테라트 조합도 좀 근본 조합이긴 하거든요. 그걸 잘 활용해 줍니다. 그래서
맞습니다. 결국에 이러면은 일방적인
와.
딜 구도가 성립이 되나요?
아니 이걸 카르텔이 이기나요?
카르텔!
진짜 어려운 구도였는데
하나의 킬도 내주지 않고 몰아붙이고 있습니다. 방금 일단 뒤로 돌았던 것도 너무 좋았지만 예.
잘 빠졌는데요. 크리스 슬램 이런
자, 저 눈빵에게 프리드의 각이 나올까요? 윌리엄이 어디부터?
어디부터?
와, 둔둔빵!
앞라인 터트리기 성공.
자, 그리고
근데
피오라가
야!
그리고 아래쪽에는 디나 선수가 향기 선수 다운시켜냈고요.
와. 버튼.
탱커든 딜러든 다
이거
아이템 나왔어요. 이거 빠르게 뛰어가는데요,
파워는
에키오.
그냥 에키오 터트리자. 자, 포울 타이밍에 한 번 빠졌다가
아니, 에키온이 안 터지는데요?
스킬이 다 안 들어갔기 때문이긴 한데 그러면서 진앙에다가 진앙수가 잘 때려놨네요.
자, 그런데 패시브 빠졌고 제니 늦게 되면 결국에는 출세가 무너질 수밖에 없는 상황.
그렇죠. 아니
와.
이거
근데 제니 패시브가 바로 빠졌어요.
진짜 강력한 조합. 스킬을 무너뜨린 조합이 진짜 자리합니다.
제니도 최대한 때리다가 아슬아슬하게 패시브 켜지면서 이제 이기는 그림 봤을 텐데
자, 그래도 세비가 하나라도
아니 딜이 모자라요.
세비가 하나라도
이렇게 세이버.
뭐라도 잡기에는 까지 붙어봅니다만
네, 나랑 놀아줘 하는데
네.
잡네요.
세이버 17킬.
세비 선수가 아래쪽에서 돌아가서 스네이크 잡거든요.
그래도 이구 선수가 지금 이니시에이팅
자, 근데 이거
각이
구도가 너무 안
너무
좋아요.
좋았거든요.
하트가 파고들어서 피스메이커 쓰면은 경기 이네이트 할 게 없는데 터뜨렸어요?
자 이거 일단은 구도 자체는 이니시에이팅 자체는 이구 선수가 너무 잘 걸었지만 카르텔이 잘 받아치는 과정에서 가수 선수와 진호 선수가 옆에서 잘 때려줬기 때문에
그렇죠. 이게 가수 선수가 나랑 놀자. 이거는
잠시만요.
자,
이거는
아이컨 정편 있지만
이거 지금
터미네이트.
자,
근데 은근 위치가 너무 위험한데요.
그렇죠. 하필이면 또 맞았던 게 에키온이었다 보니까 충분히 이거
자, 그래도
레니가
제니랑.
이발을 막아주면서
그래도 제니랑도 다운을 시켰고 하트
오라도 잡아야 되는데
아니 우리가 잘 버텨요.
와 이거 이발
아니, 이게 지금
아니 이게 초월 무기를 하트한테 쥐어줬거든요 사실. 우리 진짜 에이스는 하트요.
아직까지는 조금 포인트가 부족한 상황이거든요.
락스 이런 거 실수하면 안 되거든요.
이거 쇼가 빠르게 다운이 됐고요.
자, 그러면 둔둔빵이 한번 파고 들면서
강도를 블링크로 잘
파고
피해.
들면서
아니 둔둔빵이.
와, 이거는
와 둔둔빵.
와, 이게 둔둔빵 돌아왔네요.
네.
둔둔빵.
아니 그냥 뭐 앞라인이고 뭐고 다 떠나서
고춧가루 무대 제대로 될 수 있거든요. 그런데
이거 근데 구도가 안
복수했죠?
좋은데요? 아니 근데 한 번 더.
이것도 하나요?
한
이것도
번 더.
하나요?
어머.
한 번 더 하나요?
와,
둔둔빵 한 번 더 하나요? 둔둔빵은 한 번 더 한다.
와 이게 오히려 버니스가 한방 이게 저희가 알던 성남 락스죠.
여기서 마무리를 시키나요?
이거는 못 나갈 것 같은데요.
그리고 1위 팀이었던 대전 사이버즈 상대로 지금 3승 가져온 거. 자, 그리고 아래쪽.
야 여기서
운명의
이기면
맞다!
여기서 이기면
부활인데요.
아니
내가 부활하나요?
3초, 2초,
1초.
네, 오요비
와.
여기까지 초실 때 그리고
아니
경기
잠시만요. 이거는 한 번의 실수가 굉장히 크게 작용될 것
자,
같아서.
박준 셉이 단선 좀 노려주면서 쓰고 있는데 준호 선수가 액기온 좀 스킬을 녹여낼 수 있나요?
자 이거 상대 스킬 잘 피하면
와,
때려야 돼요. 와
맞았어요,
진호. 자 이러면 제니가 또 한 번 들어가기가 어렵죠. 결국에는 이제 에키온도 초월 빠졌고요.
자, 근데 다시 풀기가 된 신호놈의 선수이다 보니까 속박의 연계?
와 추가 메가.
보냈는데 이러면 딜 부족하지 않나요?
자 근데 하지만 디셀라도 템이
자,
좋거든요. 경기
이러면
인내이션
18킬까지
경기는 18킬 최종 생존.
음.
맛있어. 크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 60개 치킨 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래? 와. 크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 60개 치킨 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래?
해야죠. 무조건 해야죠. 이걸로 대신하겠습니다. 대체 왜 그런 밈이 생겼는지 잘 모르겠는데 그렇게 어깨가 넓은 사람이 아니에요. 혹시 질문을 누가 하셨나요? 나라 퀴즈 쇼인데? 아 제가 고양이 털알레기가 있어가지고 고양이는 별로 안 좋아해요. 근데 저는 이 탱커라는 라인은 그냥 많이 하는 게 정답이라고 생각해서 제가 지금까지 많이
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back! It's been less than 24 hours. I said this yesterday too, so you guys should have a feel for the timestamp at this point. It's not 24 hours yet. It was the wildcard yesterday. We had more games than when we actually started. So, it hasn't been 24 hours yet, but we're back for the Eternal Return Masters Season 4 Phase 2. This time around, we're at the endgame. We're at the finals. My name is Shuvi. I'll be one of your casters today. And to my left, another identity crisis yet again. But this time around, he has a different hair color.
Yep, and I'm Meek Speedy back again with the new drip. Got a new one every day. It's been nice to, have something new and refreshing every day. Back to the Yuki today, not Shoichi.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're going back to your roots, but you just kind of changed up your style a little bit. Maybe going for a little bit more of a modern look.
Yeah, I mean, I might have to commission some more of these. I might need a Spirit Hunter one as well.
Does that mean you're going to be officially joining me at the desk now?
I don't know about officially. Let's just count me as the official substitute, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a ton of fun with you over the weekend so far. These games have been fun. We've had a lot of interesting things that we've watched so far, and just being in VC with you, it just feels great.
Yeah, I mean, same to you. It's always a pleasure. I mean, we go way back. It's
Heck
it feels comfortable just casting these games with you, and it's been a really good experience for me.
Yeah, and I hope it has been for you, and even for the people in the chat as well. I think you've been getting some pretty good feedback from everybody as of late. But before we dive into the games, let's go over the overview. They actually didn't do this yesterday, which was kind of surprising for me, but here we go.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it was super weird. Over on the left side, we got the schedule over the weekend. Day 1 and Day 2, we're done with that. Take that out of the way. We are here for the finals. Prize pool specifically for today, overall 5 million Korean won. And I know Meek asked on Friday, so I'll give a little bit of a reminder. About 1,400 Korean won is equivalent to about $1 US dollar. So give or take, you can just round it down to 1,000, make it easier on yourself. It's about $5,000 for the overall prize pool. And at the right, the circuit points that are going to be played for here in the finals today.
And unlike the past 2 days, we'll be going into a checkpoint format. And I believe it will be based on once a team crosses 55 points, they will have to win a game in order to close out the tournament and take the win. Last 2 days, we've been doing just a set amount of games and eliminating teams. Now we're finally here at the end.
Yeah, and exactly as you mentioned as well, right? We are back to our very, very first set of checkpoint format systems where a team has to win, right? In comparison to before, where a team had to get the most amount of points, now that we have the updated checkpoint, and I should say not the checkpoint system, but the updated temporary zone and the final zone system, yeah, we're going to be going back to the bread and butter for the checkpoint system. And I'm assuming that the casters are also talking about it because they're sticking on this format a little bit longer than they usually do. They zoom past this part.
I'm sure they're explaining it in great detail. So here we have are the teams. On the top 4, we have the teams that placed in the top 2 on day 1. Fairy, Miran Sejong, Bianchi Furex, and Auto Arms. They had phenomenal performances. And on the bottom, we have the 4 teams that made it through the wild card round yesterday. Daejeong Cybers, Gyeonggi Innate, Saber, and Chuseat.
Yeah, pretty good teams, pretty good games that we saw both on Friday and yesterday as well. The fact that we get to see all these guys now here in the finals, when we've seen so much, we've seen these teams fight to the brink to get to where they are here today. Dude, I'm so excited to be able to watch these games, just combining everything we saw during the chaotic mess that was during the group stages and a little bit more of the controlled games from yesterday's wildcards. I'm excited to see how I think the teams from the wildcards are going to kind of go back into the feed of being a chaotic system again.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting because now we have to mix all the teams from day 1 that made it out and these wildcard teams, and some of these teams actually haven't seen each other in the tournament yet, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of bands come out and how things all play out.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things that I think a lot of people forget during the finals, and you touched on it perfectly, is that some of these teams still haven't really seen each other in the game yet, right? I mean, of course, you're going to be watching the previous days, kind of trying to study up on some of your rivals, maybe some of your enemy teams, but watching things and analyzing it is completely different than actually playing it out. So very excited to be able to see whether or not some of those teams are going to be able to deal with that well. But on the flip side, Meek, both groups during the group stages had absolutely chaotic games within their own rights. So I don't think this is going to be a completely new picture for them. They're going to be used to this kind of environment. All it just comes down to is acclimating it to it as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, and I mean, you said it perfectly as well. These players, these teams, they aren't unfamiliar with these situations. This isn't their first ERM for a lot of these guys, and it isn't even their first ERM finals for a lot of these guys. The talent pool in this lobby is just absolutely insane.
Yeah, 100%. Something that I do want to mention about the teams that are playing here today, we've been talking about this over the weekend, Meek. One of the teams that I'm specifically going to be looking at on whether or not they can rev their engines at the beginning. You talked about this yesterday too, but Gyeonggi Innate. That team has been on a very, very rough ride for the first couple of games on each individual day we've played so far. If they struggle like that here today in a checkpoint system, they might get wiped out really, really quick.
Yeah, and I mean, with the checkpoint system too, it definitely favors the fastest team to get up there. I mean, the earlier you can cross that checkpoint, the more opportunities you have to try and win a game and close it out. I mean, once you cross it, people definitely, do a little bit of metagaming to try and keep the series continuing. Some things happen, but that's just the nature of the format. But for Gyeonggi, if they have another slow start again and they're not able to cross that checkpoint threshold, and 4 other teams are already there, their chances of winning, even if they do get going later on, it just gets so slim. So I'm hoping to see Gyeonggi really just come out right out the gate, ready to play, because all weekend long they've been a slow starter. They almost always perform really well within the late stages of the tournament day. Usually, what was it, round 6? Like at the very end, they turned up completely and managed to make it out yesterday. And it was the same thing with day 1. They barely made it out. I think again it was the last game in day 1 as well that they scrounged up what they needed to get into the wild cards.
Yep. I believe it was last place as well for Gyeonggi Innate on day number 1, so we'll see if they're going to be able to turn things around as we're going to go into our Africa TV predictions from some of the members in the chat, and it does seem like, of course, for the group stage teams, this is a little bit on the obvious side. Miren Sejong going to be getting a lot of attention as they're going to get over 50% of the votes from the chat right now, but on the wildcard teams, Gyeonggi Innate actually overtaking all of their other adversaries with 38.99%. So a pretty big expectation, I think, going into the finals for this team compared to how they've been kind of performing throughout the course of the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the tournament, Youngie and 8 was one of the favorites to win, no?
Yep. One of the seeded teams, one of
So
the highest seeded teams as well.
So yeah, it's no surprise that they're getting a lot of votes. I mean, and with the past 2 days going rather not up to par for them, people have a lot of expectations for them coming into this final day.
Yeah, 100%. And it's not even just this vote predictions that comes through. It's just, I think, from their performance this weekend for themselves, right? The players themselves, I think, have really big expectations of themselves, really big goals they want to set for this series because we've seen them getting really antsy towards the end of the series. And the result of Game 6 from yesterday is exactly from that antsiness gameplay that we saw. A lot of skirmishes they took throughout the entire course of the game, when in comparison to all the other games, they were playing very slowly, a little bit more methodical, but they knew in game number 6 yesterday they had to get those points and they got them.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, coming in from the group stages, I mean, 50% for Mira and Sejong against those teams? That's overwhelming.
In line with the fact that they won phase number 1. And quite frankly, with the new checkpoint system, this is something that a lot of people might have forgotten since we've been running the old checkpoint system now, I guess, because we're back to the actual old one. The fact that Mira and Sejong, I don't think has ever won a tournament with this specific checkpoint format.
Interesting.
Yeah, they might have won
Fun fact.
maybe 1, maybe 2. But considering this is a team that always consistently gets into the finals, the fact that they have this weird curse around this checkpoint system of having to actually win a game after getting checkpoint. This team has been at checkpoint as the first team there numerous number of times, but they can never close it out. Are they going to be able to turn their fate around in the first iteration of this checkpoint system coming back? Guys, we're going to see whether or not that's going to happen because we're going to load into the character select for game number 1. I'm so excited for today.
Yeah, you and I both. And getting into this, we already see Fairy going for their trademark Hayes, Lennox, brain fart, Carla. Hayes, Lennox, Carla composition. And Chuseed also just going for their bread and butter composition. We're going to have a Carla band coming in. Oh, Alto's actually going to go Jenny. They're going to flex their composition to make sure the Carla band doesn't happen.
Oh.
Or, no, oh, wait, whoa. Okay, they're going for the one-shot comp game 1, actually. I guess they see that there's only one Mai, so the counterplay is rather low to the composition, so they're going to, gravitate to this. Mira and Sejong running their normal stuff, auto arms. Yep. Everything else looks pretty standard for what we've been seeing so far this tournament.
Exactly.
Belter's on Yuppie.
Yeah, that's the one small change up, but because this lobby is exactly the way it is right now when it comes to the character selection, I don't know if you've noticed it, Meek, but we got 2 bands this time, and it's actually bands that we haven't seen this entire weekend. It is Carla and Fiora.
Fiora is banned. I completely forgot that we have 2 Spear Fioras in this lobby.
Oh,
and
yeah.
JCP is here as well. Wow. I can't believe Fiora's banned.
This is so weird. Usually Fiora is not a character that you typically tend to see banned, and it might just be the fact that this lobby is set up the way exactly that it is. These are the only 3 Fiora players throughout the course of the weekend that we've actually seen play Fiora, so maybe there's something that says, Fiora might be good. No, it's just the players that are cracked. These guys have shown us some massive amounts of damage with this Fiora pick.
And I mean, these players definitely have a history on Fiora. I mean, well, I don't know if Satin has a big history, but Satin has a big history of being a completely amazing player. JCP, he's the Fiora. And Bum, I mean, we've been seeing him perform all weekend on this Fiora pick. Just absolutely blowing our minds on the Spear Fiora.
I think Satan has something to prove to himself up against JCP after that 1v1 yesterday completely went in the favor of JCP's hand. But, this man, for those of you guys who don't know, JCP's actual in-game IGN is literally Fiora that finds enemies. That's what it is. Right? So the JCP part, it's the pronunciation of his in-game name just shortened. It's an abbreviation of what his actual in-game name is, except in Korean you would say Fiora, and it's very similar to a P sound. That's why it's a P instead of an F. So
Fiora.
Yeah, exactly.
Fiora.
Fiora. So it's
Oh,
not
no.
it's not Satin's fault. JCP's been on this character for pretty much his entire Eternal Return career, so it's not that bad. And it was a pretty close fight, but I'm pretty sure today in the final, Satin does want to prove something for himself, especially up against JCP, because these guys want to show us that these guys are belonging in the finals.
And Belser kind of looking for the smoke in Chapel. I mean, oh no, what is going on? Everyone's just kind of getting zoned out by Dina. Yeah, Chapel is just, I mean,
oh!
Chapel's just always been like this, right? It's just always been one of these spots where people die.
Chapel
like historically. Yeah, like I remember back in the solos days too, Chapel was always just that hot spot for just early fighting. And Ing9 is also gonna go down in the Chapel.
They use quite a lot of their skills to try to keep themselves alive, but this early in the game, I mean, ERM as well as the Fiora is just gonna slow you and root you to oblivion, so
yeah,
no matter how much you try to run, she's just dead.
Oh yeah, and ERM just, you know, notorious for her ability to chase and run away.
Stuff coming in, but still low amounts of kills in comparison to Friday, right? We've only got 2 so far, and we got about 30 seconds until we go into night number 1. I'm kind of expecting a lot of these teams to actually fight during night number 1 because these teams have really good pick potential, and those pick potentials come from very, very close range when it comes to the vision check. Satin trying to get away from this one, but he's not going to have the resets to get himself away. So unfortunate for Satin, going to feed another kill into BNK Fearex. That's going to drive our kill count up to 4 with this Adina going down as well. Gino about to get taken down. JCP on the chase. He will get it with a tactical Kosei. And one more kill. Oh, Dazu actually manages to knock down the car like JCP on the chase. Dazu with the Cecilia trying to get himself away here as well. Dodging out on the Fenty. Is it going to be enough? JCP with the quick. Oh, actually targets down Dazu. Down he goes. There goes JCP. It's a 2 for 2 so far between these two teams. Ing9 trying to get himself away.
At risk here.
Their team slowly coming back up. Jinho is alive, so even if Ing9 dies, it is okay, and he will get himself out alive. So in the end, overall, 2 for 2 in favor of both teams, actually.
Something I just noticed now, JCP's also on Spear. He's been playing Rapier all weekend.
Really? It's a triple Spear
Yes,
Fiora lobby?
it's triple Spear Fiora.
Alright guys, we might have a Mickey Mouse that can't cope on this anymore. We got evidence, we got the receipts.
Fiora is so bad, I can't play her. Yeah, nice cope. But again, you know, Daejeon Cybers, even before this, they group up so early and they still managed to find less kills than they normally do, but still, they've managed to find 2 kills coming into this early game. They always seem to find a way to get kills early game.
Exactly.
Satin looking, Magnani is just getting blown up. Forced to use the Reign of the Vampire Queen very early. And Belser actually mistimes the parry on it. Oh, he didn't even use the parry on it at all.
My god, the shields are so good coming through from Dina as well. Belzer actually ends up staying alive, but with Dina not having any mobility skills up against a Subame, you're just not going to be able to survive there. Revolu trying to get himself away. Overall, it's a 1-for-1 exchange with the third party getting one of them. Juicy starting out early as Sebi trying to get some of these kills. He does not want what happened in that clip. Starting out this time around, G-Work trying to land the queen is gonna miss. Still quite early game, no damage to actually one-shot everyone right now. One tool gets taken down, and this is really big because Tree comes up. Juicy is gonna lap that Tree of Life up with that Black Mamba King upgrade.
Yeah. So in Temple, what happened there, and the reason I thought it was, you know, rather poorly structured was the one-shot comp got very split up, and that's a comp that definitely all needs to be on the same page. Coming into Hotel, though, the Hotel Tree going on. Great exclusive to get Jinho out of that burst combination of Nikki Fiora, but he's still going to go down anyways. And now, Youngi's actually winning this despite everything. They actually had to commit a lot to get Jinho after the exclusive. And yeah, they're going to get this tree.
Really good way to lock it down, right? I mean, Gino managed to keep himself alive for quite a while to actually dish out the damage. Same thing for Tazu as well. He blinked away trying to dodge out on a lot of these skills. And yeah, he bought a ton of time. Good damage going out from the Fiora of Satin to try to maybe confirm a couple more of these kills towards the end of the fight, but only can find one. It's a 1-for-1 trade between the two teams. One gets secured, one gets picked back up. But overall, I mean, Kyunggi Ine picking up that Tree of Life, this is going to be a huge start for these guys.
Oh, definitely, and it's exactly what they need. I mean, they're at 4 kills. They're getting first objective rotations. They're gonna get their call-ins off. I already see that Juno has spent his credits and got his pedal torrent online, so they're in great position tempo-wise for this lobby.
Good stuff, good stuff. It's going to be even better once the battle zones start popping up, because these teams, you absolutely know, if they're in the finals, they can start getting their pace up really, really fast, and those small additional transitions, it's going to mean a lot of power spikes going for these teams, especially when we know these fights are going to be determined by very, very close margins. Those each transitions are going to matter so, so much.
Yeah, definitely, and yeah, here we have Satin doing a call-in. Everybody's just trying to get their call-ins in before these battle zones and alpha spawn, so that way they can try to use their objective transitions to snowball. They don't want to go into these battle zones without their transitions online, with other teams having them and losing due to just being outstatted.
Yeah, the only issue with being up in police station at this time, though, is that there are no hyperloops in that area. It's almost a dead zone if you can't find any animals around. So I think for Team Saber, they might kind of call out on grabbing a battle zone for themselves, as they are going to begin. On the bottom side, we do have 2 teams duking it out. It's going to be Gyeonggi Innate versus Team Auto Arms. The top drone is going to pop. The bottom one will begin to get contested. But on the north side, this is an early game one-shot comp. They don't have the damage to necessarily knock down Sebi just yet. You can see G-Work trying to keep himself alive on the backside. But Senaphine's got the chase. He may not have damage, but he has the crowd control, sending him directly back into his team. G-Work will take the fall, 1-for-0 on the side of Team Chuseat. On the bottom side, Uptown going to be duped out between these 2 teams. Gyeonggi Innate trying to get the kills, will get one onto WBT. This means their timer has reset a little bit, but the control on the side of this Carla pulls back in with Tazu. No one is there to intercept though.
But the drone moves in towards Gyeonggi, and they just push forward, running over the rest of Auto Arms, securing the battle zone.
Stuff, good stuff. I mean, this is what you want to see from these teams, right? As soon as the small advantages start stacking up, those fights are going to immediately turn into turmoil for the teams that don't get those advantages. For Gyeonggi Innate, going to pick up a lot of objectives for themselves, sitting on 4 kills, 7 overall. Picks up the Mithril from that Uptown battle zone as well.
Just an absolute grave start for Gyeonggi. Meanwhile, in Hotel, we have Chuseat and Saber. Huge spring trap pulling Belser in. And Belsar's ult only finds 1 person. They're just gonna disengage on this, I believe. Chuseat doesn't. Oh my god, a spring trap onto Dino, and he's gonna go down. Yes, he is. And Shinonome pushes forward. Sebi goes in. Saten, though, is doing a lot of damage. You gotta respect the Spear Fury. We've seen it time and time again. And they do find a way to avoid taking too much damage from it. Belser just is gonna walk this out and keep this team alive.
It's another day where Senaphine is going to be the hero of this team, bumping back Adina this time around, and then forcefully feeding the Fiora back into the team too, because she knows she has to go for something, but the play that is just way too good of a resource. FDX trying to deal with the one-shot comp. There goes the checkmate. It is gone. One tool is going to have to back away from this one, because I believe the Carla is already dead, but there is nowhere she can go. And look at the timer. There's about 7 seconds. Yep, they're just trying to wait. G-Work trying to salvage this. I think one tool might just barely get on out of here, but I don't know. Garden reverse, it's day 3 now. And she's stuck in the middle of everybody. Down she goes. Rosner wants to chase down G-Work. They definitely want more right now. Can G-Work get away from this Sua? It's going to be big walls that she needs to take advantage of, but I'm not sure.
Oh no.
She's really going for it.
He's got the cutoff too, and G-Work knows it.
He doesn't have timer to get all the way in, I don't think.
He just needs to live 1 more second.
Oh god!
Alto spawn! Alto spawn!
Okay,
Alto's up. G-Work's okay. He can die now in peace.
Made it by
at the very least, this team's alive.
He popped the timer because he didn't take damage because of checkmate. That's a -1.
Oh my god!
Fairy's at -1 points right now. Whoops. Another fight begins inside of Hotel though. One circle trying to get himself away, but it's not going to be enough as a Tsubame will cut him down immediately. Denana now stuck in the middle of nowhere. It's up against a Cicilla. There is the pullback in, but Blink's away. It's the Blink Alonzos that we were talking about yesterday. Tazu on the chase. There's the slow coming in from Agony. And I don't know about this Denana. Are you going to be able to get yourself away? What did he auto? What did he auto? He just whiffed. He just whiffed the wall.
What did he do?
I don't know. He's gonna get pulled back. No, Tasu's gonna pull himself back in. He knows that Denana is good at dodging skills. He pulls him back in, gets the Agni stack again, and down goes Denana. Well played over onto Gyeonggi in 8. Minus 500 on the side of Mita and Sejong.
Like, was there a bug and he autoed Wilson? Like, there's nothing else there that
Yeah.
he can like,
Maybe a
what
camera,
happened?
but I didn't see any.
I didn't see any cameras. That was so weird. Maybe he just like canceled his auto early. I don't know.
That'd be
Really
devastating.
Weird. That was really weird. Like I've never seen that.
Yeah, you saw the auto
looked
attack
like-
going through as
It
well.
looked like the full animation. Yeah, right? Yeah.
There's no.
That was just
Wait.
like spectator bug or something. I don't know. Like that was weird.
Yeah, because there's
That was
no
just really weird.
Sua shields on the team either, right? You can't make him miss autos or anything of the sort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. He just died. There we go.
Yeah,
oh,
he
oh,
died.
you know what?
They'll die when they're killed. What?
The White Lily state. I was gonna say maybe his shield came back up because he was dodging a lot of good amount of skills, so maybe his shield came back up. But nah, it's what it is, the White Lily state, and we saw Tazu
Yeah.
actually eating that too. So that was not the case. Yeah, now I'm even more confused.
Yeah, it just really weird interaction. You see, just gonna get Omega completely uncontested, which is huge because this Jenny definitely wants their Tellurian timepiece online. Such an expensive character to build, but boy oh boy, does it do a lot of damage when you get there.
It's quite interesting that they actually haven't gotten contested though, because I haven't seen any red swords coming around them, so it just means that they weren't contesting against any team, quite frankly. They
Yeah.
haven't seen one in quite a while. Geez, no teams are actually actively looking to try going for the Omega. Here we go. Is this the right pick here? Checkmate hasn't been
Let
popped
that
yet.
work.
There it
Get him
is. It's
down.
forced out. JCP getting taken dangerously low. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Yep, but one tool is kind of low. WBT about to get taken down.
Get
He
him out,
actually
I'm
will.
dead.
One tool trying to stay alive here. Garner reverse is good. It's a 1 versus
Oh,
1, but
Alto's still
Alto. Guys, the Carla goat.
Yeah, he's
What
world
is this?
famous Carla. They're both just gonna pick up and disengage.
JCP?
actually goes for a quick little rest, little cheeky rest.
See, but I think
One
JCP
tool.
brings so much more value to this fight than one tool does.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and I believe Fiora's ultimate is a shorter cooldown, but one tool's looking to get the revive off before anything happens. I believe Auto Arms is aware of this, so they're just gonna walk away.
A good decision coming through from Team Auto Arms. This is a great time to disengage for this team. There's still animals alive in pond as well, so it's not like they're losing too much. But they have to get to a rest station extremely quick. About 20 seconds to go before the zones they're in right now closes. I don't know if they're keeping track of that time because they have a
They're going
long way. Yep.
They are going very, very deep. I don't know about that one. Yeah, that's not what I would have done, but it's definitely the safer play. I mean, you're not gonna get contested over getting a revive. Anyways, Sebi, or no, sorry. Yeah, Sebi was going in, but Xenophine is now caught in the... Wait, where is Alto?
He got taken way too low by Sebi. He had to immediately leave the fight early on. No, actually,
Okay, yeah,
it
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
by Sebi. It was actually Shinonome.
It was Shinonome, yeah, because I saw Alto was going in on G-Work. So I was gonna say, it's like, wait a minute. But yeah, Alto getting completely split, and now Fairy is forced to run down.
Oh, they hear the footsteps though. They hear the footsteps. Sebi's still on the chase.
And now Sebi's over the wall. This is so bad for both teams, but Sebi can get back over relatively easily. He just needs to get his meter up, and he does. And G-Work is going to be the only one going down due to this. And all they had to do is use the White Lily towards Alto, but without having any knowledge of what's going on in this zone or who's in there. They choose to go over the wall, and it just ends up being a fatal mistake.
Yeah, they heard the footsteps, but it wasn't enough, right? Throwing down the pond to
Yeah.
get a little bit of information, but then Sebi jumps the wall, and I don't think they expected that. They weren't really looking at their backs or even had any vision on the backside, so a little bit unfortunate for them. Dina had the taste of that spring trap earlier, is going to immediately blink on out of there for themselves, keep themselves alive a little bit longer. And just real quick, while all that stuff happened between the two teams that we were watching for the past maybe, what, 2 minutes? BNK FearX also got taken out by Saber on the south side. We saw it in the picture-in-picture mode down in Beach, so 9-kill team actually taken out by a team that quite frankly doesn't really have that much to begin with. So an incredible fight coming out from that team, and maybe even it might not be that team because I don't think 2 kills.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's interesting is they have 2 kills. So how did they do that one?
Go. Okay, fight so far is not looking that bad. Belzer still holding really good up in the front line.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
holding
playing
line. Phillips,
force
Warfield, and
field.
parry.
Down
He
goes
still has his
Sat.
parry as well. He can hold this for a little longer.
JCP still doing whatever he can. Cinema trying to get away from this fight. Otherwise, he's trying to get the harpoons down. But remember, Satan is already down on the ground. JCP takes advantage of this, will take down the corpse. That means it's a 1-for-0, cleanly going into the hands of Team Auto Arms.
Yeah. Satan not quite getting the revenge match he wanted against JCP. He's gonna have to wait a little longer for that. Yeah, that was just crazy. I mean, you know, the Nikki one-shot combination with Fiora is just so patented. If you can get in range to execute it, it's just so much damage and so unavoidable.
This is awkward for Alto. It's still night vision. One tool gonna get found out. Same thing for Alto.
Oh, no.
My god, the grappling maneuver gets him out, but the bear is right there, and there's so many teams hanging around this area. Sebi doesn't have the reset. He's just gonna casually back on out of there. Good stuff coming for Team 2C. They're not over chasing. Sebi, as we've seen time and time again throughout the weekend, is not Shinonome.
Perry's gonna get the revive off, yeah. I was just gonna mention that they just got enough credits, just barely. Meanwhile, up in archery range, Auto Arms, the Nikki engaged. Jinho completely unchecked this fight. He's just pumping out so much damage on anything that he can touch. And he goes, and Cinema's gonna go down as well. No. Cinema's gonna be able to kite this out, but just so much damage. But who is going down? G-Work over in police station. One tool, looking to kite back. But Xenophine wants more of the smoke. Gets the spring trap, almost takes down Alto. Alto's so low, Shinonome, can you get one more hit? Seven gets the cutoff, and down he goes.
Dude, Xenophine is just an actual let you go. This guy just cannot miss his spring traps. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
All the
anytime he throws a spring trap, it either use mobility or it's hitting you. It's always on its mark.
It's insane. This guy is just like Lenny incarnate at this point. For Team 2C, they understand they're in a little bit of an awkward position right now, but with the Executioner bonus, maybe they're confident to fight the Shinonome, putting out the damage. He has the acceptance speech. He still has the play that it was not invested in the last fight. Sebi takes a huge amount of damage from the coup de grace, but still, he's sitting in the middle of the fight. Force field is going to come out. He's trying to heal up as best as he can. Will be taken down. The auto attack from Shinonome is not enough. Belzero is going to stay alive, but Satan gets taken down. Dina walking up in front of everything. He's still going to get taken down too. Shinonome and Xenophine, the GOATs, the duo of all time.
They always pull through as a duo, and Shinonome had such a hard time that fight. Yuki actually providing so much value with his disarm, double disarming Shinonome, really cutting down that team's damage, but once that was over, the floodgates open and Shinonome just... They're so good as a duo. One tool's just gonna get taken out here, nothing crazy happening. Oh no.
Listen, you can't cosplay as a dog over there, okay?
Oh man.
You're waiting a little bit too
actually, we haven't talked about Gyeonggi in a while, but they're at 12 field kills. I mean, they're having a dominant performance.
Yeah, I think ever since the battle zone they won, they've been constantly on the rise throughout this course of the game.
Yeah.
So, I guess Team Gyeonggi and 8, their engines are red from the early stages of this series, and that is a really, really good sign for people who want to see this Scylla succeed. But you know who's not here while this Scylla is succeeding? Where's Windy?
Yeah.
This guy's still not here, I swear.
Why is he never here? What's going on with this guy?
I swear he was here when the timer was going before we started. Where is this guy again?
And what's interesting to me is Mir and Sejong, they just got their first kill of the game. But like item-wise, they're stacked out. Like both Rheumatic and One Circle are completely full build, and Danana looks very bulky. So like they made it to this point, you know. The scaling team has made it. Let's see what they can do with it. They might still win this game. Our favorite to win the tournament, I would say, at least from the voting perspective, only has 1 kill. So even if they win this game, they're not going to have a ton of points compared to Gyeonggi and Juseed.
You never know. Maybe there is a world in which these two teams can still duke it out, right? Especially for Team Mira and Sejong. They kind of understand their position in the game. They've seen most of the teams right now, if not all. So they know that they're going to be behind when it comes to the amount of points they have. But it's still the safety net of the fact that placement points will still give you a massive ton of points as long as you get there. So it's a long game for these guys. Sebi thinking of going in. Jinho on the backside doing a lot of damage over onto the Zekion. He's getting taken dangerously low right now. Ray at last is still available. Cenopine is going to get pulled back in. No healing when available anymore for this team. Shinonome actually looking to go back in on this fight. Going to get sent into the play dead. I'm not entirely sure if that was the right call. Gino is going to get pulled back in.
What?
Yeah, but Shinonome got taken down, and that's going to be the end of the fight. Team Chusi, their initiations were a little bit stagnated, and good attempts coming in from Shinonome, but taken out of the fight a little bit too quick with the play dead activated. So nicely done from Team Gyeonggi and 8, sitting on 14 field kills now. Sebi should account for their 15th of the game.
It just felt like no one was on the same page as Shinonome there. He got a little too crazy.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday
just
too.
Go in and drop to this team. He doesn't want to -1 his team a point, so... Oh wait, they actually can't kill him in time. Oh, but the kill credit still goes over. Gyeonggi finding their own kill. Miran Sejong finding their own kill on the last remaining solos. And here we go. They will now face off in the finals. Gyeonggi, I mean, what a dominant performance this game won. I mean, they definitely revved up the engines to you know, to play. I don't know how else to phrase it. They're here to play.
Alright, here we go. Windy is here. That means the Scylla team is about to lose. Gyeonggi and 8
Yeah,
are going to
that's
continue.
the curse. What the hell, man? Like, it's just like, if there's anything worse than caster curse, it's windy curse.
Yeah, let's see if it can happen though, right? Because we've been talking about Mira and Sejong composition this entire time. It all comes down to whether or not I think Team Gyeonggi and 8 fights into the overcharge or not, right? Jinho exactly is going to be found out by Team Mira and Sejong. They know what the fight is going to look like right now. The Spark Nade is actually going to push him even further away. The poke so far is actually not that bad. There's the blink coming in from Ing9 trying to look for a reposition inside of this fight, but one circle is taken dangerously low at the moment. Jinho with the blink in is going to be able to get the kill, but there's the 1-for-1. Jinho will be able to secure one circle, getting taken down. Romantic is going to get the execution bonus. Here we go. Jinho is just pumping out damage, one after another. Romantic, there's the finger point, the exclusive comes out as well. Jinho still pumping out the damage. The Nana does not have the wall. He's gonna get taken down, and Romantic goes down too. Windy is here. Scylla wins. The curse is broken. GG's to Gyeonggi and 8.
Well, Scylla still died, so does it really count?
You know.
But yeah, Jinho doing so much damage, and at the end they had a huge health advantage. And so long as Jinho just hits what's in front of him and doesn't get, you know, ganged up on with Ing9 doing like nothing or something, it should just be a win at that point. Well played from Gyeonggi. I mean, they played so well the whole game.
That's such a good comp to play into a Jenny and Alonso final duo as well, right? The Mai as well as the Jenny. The exclusive just cuts down the damage from the Jenny, and you saw how kind of panicked, I would say, and a little bit hesitant Romantic was going into the fight. Shawveil over and over and over.
I mean, it's just so tough. And I mean, with something like Tsubame, like a true, tried and true ADC character with just, you know, burst potential as well, it's hard because Jenny she needs some rev up time to really get, you know, the damage going for her, whereas Tsubame can just out the gate start pumping damage. And that's the kind of lead you need with the health advantage as well, and, you know, the matchups just being the way they are.
This is such a masterclass coming in from Gyeonggi, and they just completely flip around the composition that they decided to start out with throughout the entire weekend. I don't think they've ever started out with the Tsubame in a single series so far during the wildcards or the group stages. They just said,
You're right, they haven't.
Yeah, hey, in the finals, I think Tsubame is the play, and it absolutely was. Jinho did so much work on this character, and again, this is one of the reasons why I want to see post-game custom stats, because I wouldn't be surprised if the Tsubame this game, with how much he was doing consistent damage throughout these fights, 30, 40, 50,000 damage, it would have been easy.
You see what's going on right now with these casters.
Yep, they're doing some. Yeah, where's ours, man? Where's ours?
Yeah, where's our fried chicken? What the? I want some Korean fried chicken. This looks good. They're zooming in on everything. They got all these sauces. I'm just so jealous, man. Oh my god.
See, we're casting here too. I'm surprised they're not sending us these chickens as
Yeah,
well.
like,
We could
what's
advertise
going on?
it.
Or at least some like chicken PNGs for you to slide to our little reactive images. That would be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've been having some bonkers viewer levels in the past couple days. I think they could invest a little bit more on the EN cast.
They got a couple dollar dues they could toss to my
you don't
hunger.
even need a couple dollar dues because it's only 30 credits.
Like I said, dollar dues.
Dollar dues.
They could toss 30 credits my way.
Yeah, exactly. All they need to do is wait about, what, 40, 50 seconds of natural gen?
Mm-hmm.
SMH. But still, what a great game coming through from Team Gyeonggi-NA. We've been talking about this the entire weekend, and we also mentioned it at the beginning of today as well, but this team has been struggling at the beginning of the series. So the fact that we were able to see 18 kills coming through for this team at game number 1, they're going to be at 26. They're already nearly halfway to the checkpoint marker after game number 1. That is crazy to me.
I mean, how insane would it be if they just dominated like 3-4 games and just won? Like, that would be nuts. But we'll see if they can keep up that momentum. They definitely had a strong start to the last game with the battle zone win, with the early call-ins, with the early kills. They definitely had a huge tempo advantage on the lobby, and it carried over like just massively. So here we have the scores: Gyeonggi in first, Chuseat taking second, actually finding 8 field kills. BNK FearX bringing up third. They actually got wiped a little earlier before even the final zone started, so a lot of their points, in fact all of their points, are from their field kills. Auto Arms bringing up fourth, tied up with BNK FearX. Mirren Sejong getting second last game, but again, not having a lot of field kills. They really found a saving grace in all the placement points.
Absolutely. Which was the team, by the way, that got the -1 earlier at the beginning of the game? Do you remember
That
which one it
was Fairy. It was G-Work head popping in the checkmate.
Okay, so they did get a placement point at least to kind of compensate for that, but yeah, 2 kills off of game number 1, not exactly going to be the most optimal situation, of course, to be in when it is so top heavy, I should say, with Team Gyeonggi-NA taking away 26, but you already know how it goes with this one-shot composition. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you pointed it out perfectly throughout some of these fights. That team was a little bit too spread out in a lot of these cases, and that snowballed a lot really, really fast where they fell behind over and over and over.
Yeah, it just felt like a lack of communication from them, or just a lack of something that I like to call is just map positioning, where how you position as a team as you move throughout the map. It just felt like maybe they just weren't structured the way they wanted to be when fights broke out for them, and things just got really split up, and they weren't able to all hit the same targets at the same time.
Yeah, and actually, throughout game number 1, it almost felt like they were the reactive team, right? They weren't the ones jumping on different teams. We saw that maybe once or twice, but for the most part, I think the result of them being the one that has to react to other teams jumping in on them is the reason why they were so split apart. I mean, we saw it in Cemetery. G-Work got jumped on and he had to forcibly use his checkmate before he got instantly eliminated, but there was no setup behind it. There's no additional pieces on the ground to additionally amplify that bonus HP % damage. It just happened over and over again.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we have 2 Nikki compositions too, and that's what happened when they, when they fought another Nikki comp. It's first to take initiative there, and Adela, it's just one of those characters that needs time to set up in order to do something. Whereas on the other team, they could just send it. It's Fiora, like as soon as the Nikki ult hits, Fiora flies in, does her thing, and people can get one shot in that Nikki ult window, the knockup window from Fiora.
Exactly. And with game 2's character selection going in, of course you guys can see at the bottom right, Carla as well as Fiora is going to be banned. They were both picked 3 times. The first time these 2 characters have been banned throughout the weekend, which is just mind-boggling to me. But this lobby in and of itself, again, as I will mention, is just perfectly set up that we have our 3 Carla players and our 3 Fiora players for Phase 2 all sitting in one lobby.
And is there any bans coming out for this round? I
Double Jenny.
don't think so. 3 Mi's, so there is a My ban.
Ooh, okay.
That's something we've seen a lot of this weekend.
Oh yeah.
A lot of this weekend. But what's interesting is everyone put their Nickies away.
Yeah, it would seem like it, especially considering the fact that Team Fairy is just going to be running their casual team comp, right? The one that doesn't run this one-shot rotation. Yeah, I don't think there's really any need for Nickies to come in. And again, we've also
with
seen...
Fiora ban.
Yep, Fiora ban is gone. Mai exists. There's 3 Mai's in this game. Nikki value just kind of dropped significantly.
Yeah, Nikki stocks are down in this lobby 100%. And BNK FearX opting for the Ekion. Is this something they've run traditionally in the past?
Yeah, I mean, it's Pum, right?
Yeah.
This guy is like the Ekion in KR. His YouTube channel, his Twitch, not Twitch anymore, but Chichik profile icon, it's all Ekion, man.
It's all Ekion'd out. Okay, great. Because I'm less familiar with these teams, right? So every time I see something I haven't seen this weekend, it's always a question for me for me to ask you. So it's good to get filled in.
Oh, another ban actually. I just noticed this as well before the banners started coming up. There's a Jenny ban.
Jenny ban?
Yeah, because we have to remember that Shinonome was playing it, and what is it? I believe this time around we're actually going to see Team Fairy pick it up since Alto lost his Carla this time around, right? So he swapped over onto the Jenny because G-Work is going to be on the Haze. Of course, we do see, I think it was one tool playing the Lennox. This is a comp that we saw throughout the weekend.
What am I watching right now? Dina
refuses to die, man.
Got a kill on Magnati and
JCP got it.
What?
Did he? Oh no, he didn't. The auto attack didn't go through in time. I swear it looked like it.
Belser on the run, but he's gonna make it out just fine. Saber.
Oh, Dina.
Barry's finding Saber. Dina's gonna get caught out, but Fearx is also here. Not the full team of Fearx, so it is a 2v3, and it just looks like they have items built, and Fairy doesn't. Honestly, that's all this looks like.
This is the strength of BNK Fearx inside a cemetery, and it's such a great spot to be all grouped up and built at the same time, because there's a lot of AMP character builds that actually do end cemetery nowadays, and they're taking full advantage of that right now. Sitting on 2 kills at the moment, E8 looking for a third, but of course, as a Jenny, the red carpet is going to buy them enough space to get away, and with Dina, this could be their 3rd death already in the game. They're sitting on 2 at the moment.
My god, speaking of sitting on 2,
okay.
2 items completed.
Oh no, down he goes. It's going to be the 3rd death of the game for that player, and I believe everybody else just in this area about to get taken down too. There's the kill over onto Rosner coming through from Chino as the dash comes in, and he will execute that Sua down to the ground. A lot faster of a game pace than we've seen so far, Meek.
And Gyeonggi finding 2 kills, widening their lead further and further, getting closer to that checkpoint.
Yo, it's Sidewinder Pen.
What on earth is that?
Wait a second. Yo, this isn't...
This is not what we've been seeing all weekend from everybody. Oh, Revolut getting this broadcast, and then he's just gonna get some damage down and dip. See ya.
Unfortunately, that rewind was not used while he was in overflow.
The Sidewinder damage is kind of crazy, though. What the heck was that?
Yeah, Revolut also was not in his broadcast form when he initially casted the rewind, so when he went back, it actually didn't stun anybody, unfortunately.
Yeah, he didn't get the stun at all, yeah.
I think he killed the Sua if he did.
Maybe.
Go,
what?
And then he caught out, down he goes, no chance of survival there. It's a lot of picks, definitely a lot of picks in this game.
Everybody's getting picked off.
He's also trying to run away.
Fearx is actually at 5 kills already.
Oh my god, these guys are making up for
They're finding his mark onto Cinema. The Peacemaker comes out, but for a second there, Rosner had his CC immunity shield and was just kind of going off. Oh my god, but Ing9 is here? But where's his team?
Oh, he's by himself. He was looking for something. There's Gino coming in now, looking for a possibility. Problem with the Sidewinder, he does not have his mental upgrade yet. Of course he doesn't. It's only night number 1. Will get taken down. E8 just booking it, but this team already on 6 kills. They are about 2/3 the amount of kills they had in the previous game already within the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nonsense. This is such a, electric early game compared to the last game. Like, everybody's just non-stop fighting. And finally, we're going to have a bit of, unironically, a bit of downtime on the objectives.
Seems so. No teams are really looking for it.
Yeah, everybody's just kind of been floating in Chapel area for so long now that all these objectives that have spawned are just kind of open to the teams that weren't around and were ready to contest.
Yeah, just a little bit of a trivia here for you as well, and for people in the chat, they might notice this as well. Bomb, I think, is going to be our first Sidewinder Ekion player to play this specific weapon of Ekion ever since Myungjo decided to play Sidewinder Ekion. That guy is like the Sidewinder Ekion in KR. He almost every single ERM performance he's actually had never deviated away from anything but Sidewinder. Bomb, I think, is going to be our only other player that has ever picked up that specific weapon on the Ekion.
Wow, that's a fun fact for the people at home.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I saw the Sidewinder, I was like, wait, that's not Myungjo. Hold on a second. Who's playing this game?
Like, what's going on here? Who's got the blue Kool-Aid on their hands?
What's going on?
This is bizarre. All we've been seeing is that red drink. This guy's got the blue stuff.
Yeah, where's the purple drink, man? That's the one that I like playing, but it's so...
Has anyone ever played that in ERM?
Yes, actually, Bum has.
Yeah?
He played the full crit one. It was during, I think, Season 2, maybe Season 3 early phases that we did see it.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, purple is... I know that's your baby. Oh, Cadmus going in. But the re-engage, the counter engage rather from Belzer is huge. Magnani getting brought really low. We're in the Vampire bringing procs and he gets his heal off. Daejong Cyber's looking for more, but Dina's just gonna kite this out and keep Cadmus at bay. Revolu looking for something. They want blood. They've got a bit of time. Magnani's almost finds the root, but just short.
It's a little bit close, too close for comfort. Saber. Their Felix was a little bit isolated, and the Felix cannot kill the Bianca this early in the game by themselves inside of the Reign of the Vampire Queen. Here's the 1v2 coming in from the backside. Maybe Danana is able to find something on this end, and everyone else joins in on the fray. There's Romantic consistently pumping out the damage. WBT will also take the fall, which means JCP, the last one alive on Team Auto Arms, will get taken down. That should be a battle zone going in favor of Team Miden Sejong, I believe, unless there's another team in there. Multiple fights across the board as the one in Temple. Sebi about to get taken down. He does not. Will reset as he goes over on towards the Omega. Shinonome holding the line. It will be good, but inside of Chapel, another fight as two teams are duking it on the bottom side. Felix gets taken out, I believe. I see some characters starting to tick on timer. 5 seconds left for the blue team. They just get a kill, but it's just not going to be enough. Timers are reset everywhere, but Magnani, of course, is not going to be able to do anything up against Jinho. That fight up in Chapel is going to end.
And you see, looking to re-engage on this Temple fight. They really want to try and find some kills here on Ferry. I mean, there's nothing to really contest over, and they're going to see pings on the eastern side of Temple. And that's going to be Fear X. You see, they really want to fight. Like, they're kind of hungry for a fight. Sebi doing a drive-by, I guess, rolled down the windows, hit up everybody on Fear X, and now they're just going to walk away.
But most of the time when it comes to a lot of these Ekion mirror matchups, typically the one that will win out in the long run is going to be the Black Mamba King. Most of the weapons on the side of Ekion, especially the Death Adder one, usually Ekion can kind of sustain himself throughout the entire burst rotation of those two weapons, especially the Sidewinder too, because most of his damage from that kind of comes from his overflow and venomization if he does decide to go in there. But look at this, up against Squishies, he doesn't care about the Black Mamba King. He's going to overflow again, reset his timer. Danana being in very big trouble. Bum will actually knock down that Jenny as well. This Estelle needs to immediately book it and it will get out.
Yeah, I mean, I think E8 could have finished chasing that, but he didn't want to extend too far away from his team, making a consistent decision to just back off.
Quite dangerous of a situation. Miden Sejong has put themselves under 2 kills in hand, but their timers are starting to tick as about 10 seconds to go until one circle is going to come back.
Revolu's got this nasty little flank.
Has mistaken damage.
And he's gonna find Xenophine alone here. Oh, but he misses the root. And he doesn't get the stun either. Oh no, Revolu! Oh no! Oh no, this is so bad for Daejong Cybers.
This is out on Revolu. Cadmus and Magnani will be able to get out on the fight, but that was just really good reactions coming through from Team Chusi.
Yeah.
Essentially everything on the side of Revolu just completely countered out. Xenophine reacting perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure his camera was actually away at the initial part of the fight, right? Unlocked cam trying to help out his team, but he's able to react to everything perfectly on time. Revolu not able to get anything done to this team as the stun's gonna miss from the broadcast. Even the rewind is going to miss as more teams looking to fight. Beautiful snake bite across the wall, but it's not going to find anything as everybody on the side of Team Fairy just looking to get away from Miden Sejong.
And Danana able to just charge forward to that corridor with complete confidence, knowing that he has the heal drone, knowing that there's a Theodore healing behind him, and just, you know, they're still pushing forward. They want more. They want to kill Fairy here. One tool. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't realize Chuseat was also still in the area. So one tool is completely split off. He's just kind of trapped in the field. What the?
Donna? Yo, he just blinked over. What? How did that work? What?
I don't know.
Well, G-Work now getting chased down by most of the members of Daejeon Cybers. Revolu's gonna get pulled back because of the rewind, but there's the intimidation tactic.
Oh my
Punch
God.
slamming
Choke
that Hayes
slam
down
him.
to the ground. Goodness gracious,
That-
one tool also gone too.
I'm still not over him just blinking over the wall and walking away.
That's actually wild.
That was just like, I just got to witness what aura was. Like, I'm 30, I didn't think I'd learn what that is.
Oh, Belzer, I don't think that's exactly where you wanted to go. Going into a tight corridor up against an Adina, oh, not an Adina, sorry, a Heart as well as a Celine to slay into the game. Absolutely not the best choice of action. That Thunderstrike is actually going to result in the death of the Felix, which means minus 250. You do have the credits to res. Ooh, the Blast Wave is going to miss.
Yeah, the Blast Wave doesn't hit. So they do get the revive off, and now they're looking to re-engage. But I don't know if they should. I mean, that's a pretty scary team to try and walk into. Chuseat and Marin Sejong. Sebi going in, finding his mark on the Rheumatic. But the Blast Wave, they're just going to kite this out. Oh my god, he got brought so low!
He's still alive. Wait, Sebi's still alive, which means now it's Shinonome's time. He's trying to pump out the damage. Oh, Cenopine actually decides to go into the fight too. He's invested a lot of cooldowns trying to get himself away. Oh, the Spring Trap is actually going to tag Denana as well. This Lenny trying her best to get away, but the shield bash in, it's not going to be there in time. I think that was actually the ballistic advantage that managed to knock her down. Unfortunate for Team Chuseat as they're going to lose out on kills. 1-0 in favor of Team Miren Sejong. Down goes the Heart of JCP as well. Auto Arms and Shambles is 2-0 in favor of Team Daejeon Cybers.
But on the bright side, Auto Arms does have a actual ton of credits.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to get these revives off. Hopefully, no problem. I believe Ignite will go and do it in school.
Yeah, but it's night 3. I mean, you're looking for Chaser and Heartbreaker, right? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's really tough. So, Daejeon Cybers looking to get control over Pond. Chuseat looking to get their teammate back, but I think the Ekion has enough credits. Yeah, he just barely has enough credits, so they should be able to get that off, no problem.
Inside a police station, Mangnani taking a lot of poke damage. Those rockets are going to hurt at this stage in the game. Team Fairy trying to get animal control inside the zone. Daejeon Cybers not even looking to entertain that fight.
Yeah, no, it's just too hard of an area to try and fight Hazen into, especially with the range advantage they have over them. It's just not going to go well if they get poked out too far. But meanwhile, in stream, FearX finding their mark onto Alto, and Alto's going to... Alto's going to get brought down. Yes, he is. And meanwhile, on the north side, Bum is just running down G-Work. This Sidewinder Ekion doing so much damage, and Rosner's just going to finish this off. I don't think Lennox will be able to kite this out. These two characters are far too mobile with far too much CC. And yeah, that's going to spell the end for Fairy. A 0-kill 8th place. Just not what you want to see when you're going into this second game, especially with how their first game went.
Fantastic fight coming in for Rosner as well, tagging up the Jenny at the beginning of the fight with the mark, right, on the Odyssey, and then immediately following up with the knock-up, actually, I think, from the Don Quixote. Locking down that Jenny, and yes, she managed to get the acceptance speech down, but by the time she already went into play that, the fight was already over. The entire team was on escape. But here we go, another fight going in, Bomb resets over on the side. Revo actually knocks down E8. Down he goes. The Martina is also going to get taken down. Rosner stuck in the middle of nowhere. He will get taken down as well, but another third party coming in as Team Gyeonggi Jin8.
Doesn't care that there's third party. They're just going to run them over.
They don't care, Team Chuseat.
Third party? No, get that out of here. Shinonomi's gonna beat some butt. Bro, he's going in. That's so much damage.
Team Chuseat, they managed to walk out of, I think that was a 5th or 6th party even, by themselves. They chunked through everybody. I think they walked in as the C, came out as the victors in the end, even despite the D and E coming in.
It was just crazy. They just stayed in the center and killed everyone who ran at them. Sebi going in, finding his mark on Bum and E8. Bum had his half meter. He's looking to try and get a little bit more damage out of a Q before he goes in. This Armor Pen Ekion, I mean, I've seen what kind of damage it can do now. I kind of understand it a little better now.
It's access to the
Bum
back
goes
line.
in, gets down some damage. Bum's completely unchecked so far, and he's just on Shinonome and doing. Yeah, Shinonome's gonna go down. The heal comes up and the play dead, but he's just gonna take him down again. Senafine goes down too, and now Sebi is on the run. If any character can get out of this kind of situation, it's Ekion, but
I don't know about that one.
I don't know if it's gonna happen, especially with another Ekion chasing him, and it's not. They're going to take him down, and Wick is right there for them to take as well.
Because you also have to remember that the upgrade with Mithril lowers the time of exuviation, so no matter what, downtime advantage actually goes in favor of Bum more so than
That's
Sebi.
true, actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's really brutal on the side of Team Chusi. 5 kills on hand and 0 placement points is all they're going to be able to get out of game number 2. But here we go, maybe a potential another fight beginning between Team BNK Furex and Gyeonggi and 8. Furex just deciding to walk away, Wickeline just hanging around this area, gonna get started up by Team Mira and Sejong. Nobody else entertaining this, they're gonna get it.
Yeah, no, I mean, Wick was running up towards police station, so all the teams gravitated there, and then it ended up just going the other way and going into a gas station of all places, and Mira and Sejong just, you know, by happenstance, were the only team in the area for it. And what also happened, which wasn't caught on camera there, was Fear X actually had to burn a lot of timer. They got gatekept by Daejong Cybers and then went into the other entrance and got gatekept again. We're in Sejong finding the last remaining member. Wait, what am I talking about? That's not the last remaining member, but one of the last remaining members of Auto Arms, as they are still missing one of their teammates.
Oh, look at the credit counts, look at the timer. Can they get both? 3, 2,
can get it off.
1, maybe just one more. Oh, gets it out in time.
Oh, he's
can
so
they get out?
fast,
Can they get out? Right
and
in
the
the back.
Peacemaker's gonna come up, but it's just not gonna matter. Fear X waiting in the wings here, coming in. Bum wants some of the smoke. Oh my god!
That wasn't even a venomization. That was just a crescent strike.
What was that?
What the heck? Okay, so far it's not that bad.
Sidewinder's the truth.
Wait, Cinema gets taken down though, right? I mean, this is actually not that bad on the side of Team Daejong Cybers right now, because this Mai cannot stop this. The taunt comes in, but she has no damage to follow up. Magnani will get taken down again, but it's just a 2v3 situation. It does not work in favor of Team Auto Arms. Down they go. Nice and beautiful attempt. But another fight inside of archery range is Mira and Sejong trying to duke it out up against the members of Team Saber. The Winkleline buff is a little bit too much. The item difference is a little bit too much. Down goes 1, down goes 2. Dina trying to stay alive, but of course, the final shot. Oh, it's gonna miss, but Danana will get it with the Maleficent Helix. Down goes Team Saber, 3 for 0 in favor of Mira and Sejong.
Mira and Sejong's map positioning now, because of killing that team off, is so good. They're not going to have anybody flanking them or coming from behind them to third party, so they'll have complete control over every fight they take at this point. Ooh. But meanwhile, Daejong Cybers on the run. They're going to White Lily right into Gyeonggi, and immediately comes the free at last. And Gyeonggi is just not able to capitalize on this entirely, and I'm sure they're aware that there's another team, you know, waiting around the corner, so they don't want to position themselves to get pincered.
This is tough. This is tough for every single team right now. Poke is looking good, but these initiations are just not sticking. A lot of timer being lost for the members of Team Daejong Cybers.
And it's important at this part of the game where it's hard to find kills easily to reset that timer, and timer becomes so important in this late stage of the game.
Yeah, but look at the map right now. I mean, Team Mira and Sejong is actually deciding to walk up over towards Alley because they've cleared out the entirety of archery range. They know there's no kills there. They know they're behind the kills right now because, or not even just kills, but points overall because of that Game 1 performance. They're looking to pat that up with just pure aggression.
They take vision, they don't see anything's going on, they don't see any third parties, and they do see pings going into archery, so they're going to rotate back. They really want to find a team to kill, and knowing that there's pings coming from archery, they're going to have a team cornered, and they definitely want to push this Wickline advantage while they still have it.
Trying to push this in. Mira and Sejong, BNK Furex, this is the team with the most amount of kills right now, but of course for Mira and Sejong, this is one of those teams that can heavily punish a team that decides to go in. E8 sitting on next to no transitions. Danana is full transitions. Romantic is full transitions. And I saw one circle earlier having full transitions too.
Oh yeah, this is a stacked Mira and Sejong, and Furex sees this, and they might even just run red and leave these guys alone up here. Meanwhile, over in Alley, we have a fight breaking out. Daejong Cybers reverently blinking forward, actually, and he's just going to go down for that. What a greedy play. And Magnani, yeah, everybody's just going to go down. Reverently really tried to make something happen, and it just didn't pan out.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on right now with these teams. They're playing unnecessarily aggressive at the moment. I mean, Bum trying to get a little bit of poke in, but there's so much healing on the side of Team Mita and Sejong. It is just not working out for these guys. They need to find some positioning, but poke is not going to work up against a character like this Theo, looking to go for an initiation back in. This Sidewinder Ekion taking down so dangerously low right now, already in the fight, trying to get some more damage off. Overflow is going to do quite a lot of damage, but down goes the Sidewinder Ekion. This character is just way too difficult to play when not dealing with any poke. Down goes Romantic, but E8 is the last one alive. Wait a second, the damage is actually... One circle with the auto attacks.
Good for a second. And one circle at the back end of that fight was left unchecked for just a little too long, and by the time they got onto him, he was all set up. Everything was exactly where he wanted it. He was healing himself through E8's damage by standing on the opposite side of his gate and just doing so much damage.
For us, we actually don't even have to wait for the temp zones to finish because they managed to get the kills right before that happened. So good stuff coming in for these teams. It will be Alley as one of our final zones. We saw this zone yesterday and it turned out into something funny. Actually, not even yesterday, it was Friday.
It's the same final two teams in the same final zone area.
No, no, I don't think it is because it was teams.
It was Gunky and MSJ last game.
Oh, last game.
And they definitely, last game, not Anyways, getting into this fight, Youngie, Ing9 finding the taunt onto Danana, looking to try and play a front-to-back fight here, but Jinho's keeping the backline in check. They're not really able to step up to punish anything Ing9 had gone for there without taking any damage. But they're looking to sustain through with the Theodores. The Ballistic Advantage coming out, stopping Ing9 from healing. But meanwhile, on the side, Jinho finding the 1v1 against Rheumatic, and Rheumatic actually takes him down. The Jenny doing too much damage. The Hell Attack stat providing too much durability for Jinho to get through, and this is just going to be a clean 3-0 for Mir and Sejong.
Cut the VOD, Windy's here, cut the VOD, it's Jover.
It's still lost, it's Jover.
Ida and Sejong picking up 14 kills for themselves will take away first place. As you said, a clean 3-0. GG's called out to this team as they're going to start ramping up in the amount of points as well. But not a bad game for the side of Team Gyeonggi NA, right? I think it was about 8 total field kills themselves with the second place placements, bonus points. Not that bad of a result for that team at all.
And you saw the power of the Estelle ultimate that fight, the Hell Attack stat, providing that shield that Rheumatic needed to win that 1v1 against Jinho. It was huge. It was the fight decider, really, because if Jinho wins that 1v1, things go the complete other way.
Well, I'm not entirely sure if that actually would have been the case, right? Because Jinho was actually taking about the same amount of damage as Rheumatic was, but Rheumatic has the fallback of the Playdead. And Jinho doesn't. I mean, yeah, he can maybe knock down the Jenny and run away, but then he's effectively out of the fight from there. And I don't know if you caught this, but the Mai on the side of Gyeonggi NA actually got tagged by a Ballistic Advantage from one circle. So while they were trying to heal themselves up by resting,
yeah, I did actually point that out. Funny enough, the Ballistic Advantage came out and it stopped Ing9 from resting.
Too good.
Yeah, too good. That's the power of one circle.
It's just a one circle gap out here, man.
that's just all it is. We're just two North American casters living in a one circle world.
Exactly. But still, a great game, I think, played by multiple teams across the board here. Chuseed still looking for opportunities, of course. The fight up against BNK FearX didn't exactly go too well in their favor, but it does allow BNK FearX to even stabilize themselves in the score sheet again, as they're going to get a ton of kills in this game with that Sidewinder Ekion variant coming in from Bum. Does seem to be working, so maybe we could see it a little bit more throughout the course of the series.
Yeah, I mean, if the Fiora bands keep coming out, I think we'll see him go back to it. It definitely, he definitely performed well on it, and the damage on it just looked absolutely bonkers in some situations. The Q damage just, was what I was surprised about most, honestly.
Yeah, it looks pretty good so far, and hopefully it's going to look good for the remainder of the series, but that was game number 2, which does mean that we're going to have a little bit of a break, of course, going into this. Woo! Yeah, what are you doing woo for? What do you mean? You don't want to keep watching these games non-stop and over and over and over again, Meek? What are you doing?
I do, but I got a half bag of Doritos just kind of looking at me, and if I open them now, it's just going to be loud, crackly noises, but if we open them on break, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, the sun is shining down on my face right now through the cracks of the blind, so I need to readjust this as well. I need a break too.
Well, I don't know what the Korean casters are talking about. They're talking about something.
They're doing more of the Korean fried chicken shilling.
Oh my god, they're just shilling this chicken. I want chicken. I might just go get some fried chicken on the break. I don't even know where I'm gonna get fried chicken at
In
7 in
5
the morning.
minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes, 7 in the morning, fried chicken speed run. But
And then you're gonna eat it all within the 5 minutes as well.
yeah, right. Yeah,
Mhm.
imagine. They're
Yeah.
just like eating in front of me, and it's making me mad, man.
Yeah, I know. No joke. For if any Nimble Neuron workers are out there right now watching this, yo, if you guys actually send this chicken, we'll shill the heck out of it. No joke. If
Yes,
any
we will.
sponsors, like they've had SSD sponsors, they've had regional sponsors before, they've had this chicken before, they've had pizza sponsors. Send it to us. We will shill the heck out of it. Don't you guys worry.
I will be such a salesman for this. I'll have half the chat flying to Korea to go buy some off the street. Like I just like we will get you some business here. Please hook me up. You won't regret
us up. What are you doing? Just isolating yourself. This guy.
Sorry, I'm only thinking about my hunger. I'm sorry, Chewy. I didn't consider your hunger too.
It's all right, Meek. I believe we're going to be going into the round results for game number 2 in just a moment here. So let's see what ends up happening, because this game was definitely a top-heavy weighted rotation.
Oh, yeah.
Although I say top-heavy, multiple teams were top-heavy this time around.
Yeah, I mean, you see here, Mir and Sejong popped off. They had such a strong showing that game compared to the first one. Lots more field kills and taking the win, 22 points. BNK Fear X, I mean, they didn't get second, but they did get second with how many kills they got. 15 field kills, actually getting the most kills last round overall. And Gyeonggi, another solid performance. Our leader coming into game 2. They should be able to maintain the lead, I believe.
Should
And
be
Daejong Cyber is always finding a lot of kills as well.
Yeah, this is super weird. Daejong Cybers is just doing exactly what they did yesterday. The Starco composition is finding results, but we're also having the similar situation as yesterday where Mangdangi is getting caught out a lot and doing some really weird plays. And I can't tell now at this stage if it's him making mistakes or if it's other teams actually poking him out before he's able to find an angle. But either way, this is the total leaderboard right now. Team Gyeonggi in it sitting at 39 points. They're about 16 points away from that checkpoint marker, which is easily doable with this team, by the way.
Oh yeah, 100%. Mir and Sejong is not far behind them either. Neither is BNK Fear X. I mean, these top 3 teams are very close by to each other. They could hit checkpoint within the next 2 games very easily. Any 3 of these teams if they keep having good games.
Good stuff, good stuff. Super excited to see what's going to come up after the break, but, during the break, I wonder if these teams are going to change things up. Fairy is looking a little bit desperate with just 2 points after game number 2, of course, but these guys haven't really found their, I don't know how to say this, their mojo yet? Is that a good way to put this?
Yeah, yeah, it is Austin Powers. They haven't found their mojo yet. Fairy, I'd really like to see a lot more from them because, I mean, the talent on that team is so good, and for them to only have 2 points, it's a travesty.
Hey, we know this team has the possibility to do so because you saw the clip with Ekion yesterday. I sent it to you in the DMs. You know exactly what they are capable of. But ladies and gentlemen,
clip was nonsense.
Exactly. Guys, we're going to go on a break for a couple minutes to give our players and ourselves a little bit of a break. So grab some water, grab some snacks, and go take a stretch. We'll see you guys back here for games 3 and 4.
Lord knows I'm doing all 3.
생존자가 사망했습니다.
해제됩니다. 생존자가
맛있어 맛있어. 크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 육식계 치킨. 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래? 와. 크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 육식계 치킨. 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래?
성남은 시지 않습니까? 저희는 도니까 당연히 저희죠. 실력도 당연히 저희죠. 성남 락스 팀은 지역 연고 전에도 저희보다 높았던 적이 한 번도 없는 것 같은데요. 그래서 제가 똑같이 말씀드렸어요. 레브로 선수한테 내가 하트했으면 난 이미 1등이었다. 본인이 더 좋은 캐릭터를 했으면서 왜 자의를 탓을 하는지 잘 모르겠어요. 자격지심이 아닐까. 아무래도 저는 시즌2 때 새로 영입이 됐었던 멤버고 원래 다수님이 계셨던 원년 멤버시기 때문에 그래도 팀장이라는 그 프라이드는 다수님이 좀 가지고 있으셨으면 해서 제가 팀장은 다수님이 하셔야 된다. 대신 총대 맬 거 있으면 다 제가 하겠다. 이렇게 해서 팀장은 다수님, 그리고 저는 총대 담당, 그리고 인구님이 서기 담당, 그렇게 나누어져 있습니다. 네, 저희가 아마 계획은 하고 있는데 아마 달에 한 번씩 취합을 해서 한 번에 발주를 넣고 받는 식으로 해서 유니폼 판매를 할 것 같고요. 뭐 디스코드나 SNS 통해서 다양한 이벤트를 할 예정인데 아무래도 제가 강사 경험이 1년 정도 있다 보니까 제가 피드백하면 무조건 튀어 오르거든요. 그래서 이런 피드백 컨텐츠라든지 강의 컨텐츠라든지 저희가 경기게임 문화센터에서 한 달에 한 번 1박 2일로 이제 같이 그 한밤 자고 1박 2일로 연습을 하는 게 있는데 그때 뭐 경기게임 문화센터 저희 팀이 연습을 하는 연습실을 뭐 견학시켜 드린다든지 실제로 오프라인으로 강의를 진행한다든지 이런 다양한 컨텐츠를 생각하고 있고요. 곧 이런 이벤트들을 즐기면서 유니폼도 사실 수 있고 다양한 컨텐츠들이 준비되어 있습니다. 네, 저희 팀이 조금 비호감 팀이라서 조금 걱정되는 게 있는데 그럼에도 불구하고 저희 팀을 응원해 주시는 분이 또 많이 있거든요. 그분들 굉장히 감사하다고 생각하고 있고요. 앞으로 저희 팀 팬 하시면 제가 하나 약속 드릴 수 있는 건 있어요. 저희 팀은 한 번도 못했던 적은 없는 팀이거든요. 항상 꾸준히 상위권 성적을 거뒀던 팀이니까 성적 때문에 화나실 일은 없게 만들어 드리겠습니다. 저희 팀 많이 응원해 주시는 분들 정말 감사드리고 앞으로도 다른 팀 응원하시는 분들도 저희 팀 응원하실 수 있게 제가 마음을 다 돌려보도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
사실 원래 제가 인터뷰 때 딱히 인터뷰 때 떤다기보다는 평소에 친구들이랑 대화할 때도 피곤하면 가끔 말이 안 나오는 경우가 있는데 하필 인터뷰 때 그게 그 장면에 걸려가지고 그런 이미지가 좀 잡힌 것 같습니다.
안녕하세요. 제가
아쉬워서 다음에 이제 결승전 올라가서 1등하고 인터뷰 때 다시 좋은 모습 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. 일단은 프라이드 치킨 툴 좀 좋아하는데 담백한 맛에다가 확실히 이제 거기서 이미지로 자랑하는 바삭한 치킨이라는 키워드가 좀 잘 맞는 느낌이더라고요. 그리고 크크크 치킨이 이제 그런 바삭한 맛이랑 좀 마일드한 프라이드 치킨 맛 괜찮았고, 소스 들어간 이제 프링클이나 그런 거 좋아하시는 분들도 되게 좋아하실 만한 크랑게 치킨 소스가 또 달짝지근한 맛있던 게 또 맛있던 것 같습니다. 일단은 남은 지역 기반으로 저희가 주변에 봤던 팀이나 그런 좀 위치마다 팀의 팀 위치 개수 정도를 유추를 해가지고 어디에 사람이 좀 있겠다 정도는 기본적으로 추측을 하는 편이고, 그 외에도 이제 저희가 카트랑 헤이즈를 쓰기 때문에 들어오는 교전에 좀 유리한 감이 있어서 저희가 먼저 일부러 다른 곳으로 밀어내고 C를 유도하는 경우도 좀 많은데, 일단은 가장 중요한 마음가짐으로는 예전에 망나니 선수가 좀 해줬던 말인데, 이 게임은 힘센 호랑이보다 영리한 늑대가 살아남는 게임이라는 말을 좀 마음에 두고 매번 플레이하는 것 같습니다. 제가 본의치 않게 프로게이머
I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Hi, there we go. You guys saw our little reactives pinging up for a second because I was pressing all the wrong buttons. My mouse sensitivity and accuracy is kind of bad. That's actually why I don't really play that many FPSs, and that's also why I'm kind of washed in Eternal Return. But, guys, we're not here to play the game. We're here to watch the game. Hopefully all of your guys' intermission and breaks went pretty well. We're still here for the Eternal Return Masters Season 4 Phase 2 Finals. We are just about to step into Games 3 and 4 because we watched Games 1 and 2 in the past couple of games before the break.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd love to see some of these teams kind of step up to the plate a little bit. I mean, it just seems like Fearx, Miran Sejong, and Gyeonggi are just very dominant so far in this final or ERM finals. I'd love to see some of the other teams step up. Chuseat is performing pretty well overall, but the other 4 teams are struggling to find their mark in the lobby.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case. We've seen a lot of these lobbies actually ending up being top-weighted heavy for some of the points, which means it's just going to only become tougher for the teams that are sticking towards the bottom of the leaderboard to actually eventually catch up down the road. And yes, the caveat to that today is the fact that it is a checkpoint system, but once a team goes into checkpoint, the pressure is going to be at an all-time high for all the other teams that aren't at that point yet.
Here we are getting into Game 3. They're not wasting any time at all. Looks like G-Works going back to the Adela. They're going back to their one-shot composition now that Carla's back open. We do have a Mai and Jenny ban, so this is going to affect a lot of these teams significantly. Shinonome going to the Tsubame. And what else do we have? Fiora's back on the table. Is anybody going back to Fiora? We'll see if Bum locks it in. No, he's actually opting towards the Ekion, hovering it just for now. And interestingly enough, Gyeonggi is playing the fairy comp.
Let's see, Gyeonggi. Yeah, you're absolutely right, which means with that, we got a triple pick for the Carla, triple pick for the Nikki, guaranteed. There's actually 4 Carlas in this game, as Revolu is going to pick that one up as well. So a heavy priority on that Carla character. The Shackling Anchor as well as the Harpoon seeming to be a very, very big priority for these guys. And wait a second. Wait. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? The accelerator? Are you seeing it? Death Adder? Death Adder?
Accelerator? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm talking about Abigail. Senaphine's on Abigail.
Listen, you cannot crush my dreams of seeing a Death Adder in Eternal Return Masters, my friend. I know Abigail sounds cool and
he's
all.
On Death Adder?
He's on Death Adder. He's playing Accelerator. This is going to be the crit Death Adder.
No way.
This is a cook. This is an Eternal Return Masters that I think deserve after that chaotic of a mess this entire
weekend has been. Man. Yuki in the finals, Abigail in the finals, Death Adder in the finals. Everybody's eating except for the casters. Where's our fried chicken?
True. We're being left in the dust right now, man. We're only eating good virtually. Like, what's going on over here? Tazu was also on the Della too. What?
Yeah. See,
right,
yeah.
because you
Like
said
I
they were
said, they're
running.
they're on the run. Yeah, they're on the ferry comp, which is
so
super
weird.
interesting.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Bum, he's on the high heels at the moment. This is absolutely going to be the Death Adder version of the the Death Adder version of the crit build, I will say. He's going to be running an older build because it is still 1.24, right? That's been the patch these guys have been playing the entirety of the weekend. It's still going to be the factory, hospital, into cemetery. You can kind of mix and match the rotations, but the eastern side of the map is not that contested on 1.24, so there's no reason for him to actually switch things up and just kind of go for the regular setting that he has built into his kit.
And if you guys didn't know, it's Eternal Return's first anniversary. There's an ad on the side there. Make sure you get that Sua and Hay skin. These guys, they don't pay me enough to do their ads, I guess, huh?
Yeah, if we got the chicken, maybe we'd do it a little bit more. There's also the Hot Time event. If you've been logging on, then you just keep getting them in your mailboxes. So, yay, you guys are participating. Wow.
Speaking of participating, you're in the stream. Make sure you're collecting those drops as well.
True.
Huge rewards, all given out for free. Nimble Neuron, ever so generous. Yushi Man going to get taken down. Wait a minute. Gyeonggi also losing a 9 here. There's some early kills happening again in this chapel side of the map. It's just such a... What just happened there? Anyways, Magnani finding his mark on E8. But doesn't find the route to follow up, so Brandon being Power Queen does miss the second hit. Wait, we actually have a full-on team fight here in Chapel with Tina kind of chiming in. Satin also getting in there. Rosner should be going down here. No? Surely he goes down.
Everybody's got
yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Overflow just on for Bum right now. This is... Yeah, I think that can kind of win. That's crit Death Adder for you. You leave that thing alone with somebody that can't necessarily burst him down or has crowd control, he will kill things. Dina in a whole heap of trouble too. Down he goes. E8 is going to be able to pick that up, and now Dushiman is on the back end of this fight. Bum is coming back in here. He's trying to go into Overflow, but he doesn't really need it because he is running the crit. Each of those autos are going to hit for a truckload of damage. There is a lot of picks going on. 4 kills already for BNK FearX. They're starting out strong once again.
Yeah, I mean... them and Daejeon Cybers have always managed to get a ton of kills early, and BNK FearX really cleaning up the a little ambitious Blink Queen attempt from Dasu, but Revolu reacting perfectly to it.
And I thought that was G-Work for a second with how aggressive that was, but Tazu also stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, I had to actually like take a double take and read the name before I decided to say anything. Daejeon Cybers looking. Ooh, Blink. Oh, onto Revolu, but Revolu's gonna jump up, but he's too far to contribute to the rest of this fight. No, they're just holding forward on him. They really want to kill Revolu. They hate this guy or something. And they do find him, but is it too little, too late?
I think it is. The White Lily will allow people to stay alive. Quite interestingly enough, Revolu used the expulsion shot on a checkmated version of an Adela, pushed her straight back into the rest of his team. A little bit of a grief moment there, but of course the rest of the team wasn't really that low, so the checkmate actually not really going to result in anything, as it is still early game as well. She needs some items.
And the rest of the team's just farming up 20 seconds until the objective rotation spawns. It looks like Fairy's going to get the tree for free, but this meteorite might be a little contested as Saber and Auto Arms are both hovering it. They are going to use this plant, but they're going to use it the opposite way. They're not going to be able to scout out that Auto Arms is hovering here, but they will get a day skin in a second, so all these teams will have information of each other. Meanwhile, up in Police Station, Miran Sejong finding a nice little funnel for One Circle to try and play into. The ult goes out. The focus is all on Danana, but he's just not taking that much damage. One Circle providing so much healing on the side. And Datu is just going to have to go down. The one-shot comp did not find their one-shot, so everything's just going to fall apart here.
Oh, that's a snipe over on towards Tazu. He's going to get taken down. Jinho also going to get taken down as well. Interestingly enough, Tazu taking that White Lily actually sent the Estelle straight over on towards the Carlos, so it's a 2-for-0 in favor of Rita and Sejong. They will pick up the meteorite, but on the south side, 2 members are getting taken down. It's going to be Satan and Cinema, with the advantage going over onto the members of Team Saber, as they will be able to secure the resurrection over onto Satan. Oh my goodness, what a game so far. Now we are starting to get the kill counts rising up early on in the game.
And everyone's getting a piece except for Chuseat. They've been pretty quiet so far. I'm not sure where they are on the map right now. Oh, funny enough, they're checking up on them. It looks like they're doing a little bit of split farming strategies, trying to get that force core spike online for the Tsubame. And the Abigail for that matter. So we might see the Revenant come online for Abigail shortly. Yes, they do call in the force core, so it'll likely be a Revenant rush.
Oh yeah, there it is. The force core being handed over on towards the Abigail, but the fight inside of Warehouse going to be moving on. Revenant was just confirmed, so there we go. The NK Furex looking for an angle back in. Bum looking for an angle back from the flank side. If they take this jump pad, they're going to have to deal with Bum, but he's also isolated, jumping over. Uh-oh, this is not looking exactly the greatest of all time, but he is still dealing damage. Magnani taken dangerously low. E8 also going to be able to give a little bit of the healing on the side of that character. Bum jumping over, he will be able to keep himself safe. Seems like for the most part, Daejeon Cybers are going to be able to get out as the Ekion goes into Exuviation. Revolu in a little bit of trouble. White Lily left alive for his team. There we go. Beautiful communication coming in from Daejeon Cybers to keep Revolu alive as well.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing else I could really even add to that at all. Perfectly said. Meanwhile, down in Beach, we have Fairies and Sabers. G-Work getting pointed at. The Nikki Wall goes in on Dina, but there's just no follow-up at all. G-Work just taking so much damage and getting locked down by Dushiman. And now One Tool's on the run. Alto providing the harpoons to allow him an escape to get away. G-Work pops the shield to Dushiman, so now that's down. Satan completely zoned out. The fight's kind of split up. G-Work's managed to heal up quite a bit. The Queen misses on Satan, and I think G-Work's going to go down here. And so is One Tool at the same time. And now there's not much Alto can really do to secure this battle zone. He's running out of timer. Yeah, just gonna get pointed at, and down he goes.
No terminate cooldown bonuses. That is going to be the end of that team inside the battle zone. Chapel still going on as Cinema getting chased down by Revolu. Resurrection over onto WD. Not going to happen because he decides to head pop right in front of his teammate instead.
But this Chapel battle zone is not entirely finished yet. Cinema and JCP still here. They get the revive off on Magnani, but that might be a mistake as it's going to reset Cinema's timer, but I don't think he's able to do this, no. Revolu and Cadmus cleaning up that battle zone, and they are going to get their mithril.
Yeah, it really does end up feeling like Magnani, for the most part, is the sacrificial lamb for that team. He just keeps getting taken down over and over again.
This poor guy, he just can't catch a break, man. He's in the struggle.
Kind of wondering. His best. I don't know if you knew about this, but there is one of the Japanese kind of scrim managers and a big community member over on that side. He actually keeps a wiki that keeps history of a lot of the tournaments that happen in the KR side of things. I wonder if we're
I think I remember this, yeah.
Yeah, Yuzu, right? I wonder if we're going to be able to keep track of how many deaths Magnani actually has had in this phase alone, because we've seen a ton of it throughout the weekend.
No.
And it's not even like, oh, he's doing bad or anything. Yeah, it's just the fact that he's died a lot. And again, it's the sacrificial lamb theology. Wow, G-Work just gets obliterated.
And,
alright.
Yeah, they tried to one-shot Danana there, but they didn't have Alto to really be there for the follow-up, and they didn't really have enough damage to cut down Danana before the Theodore healing really became a huge factor.
Unfortunate for them. It's not like the clips that we've been seeing just now. G-Work doesn't have all those items yet, especially the armor penetration, the amplification increase percent. Those items are very, very important when it comes to actually knocking down that tank in one go. You can see JCP hanging around on the backside, but this could be a little bit dangerous because Bomb, again, we saw this character doing a lot of work. There's a blink out coming through from Cinema, trying to stay alive as long as possible, but the fight not looking the greatest on the side of Team BNK FureX. Health bars disintegrating. Down goes Cinema. There's the accelerator. Crits coming in. JCP's going to get taken down as well. WBT, I don't think you're going to be able to get out of this one because there's the overflow reset. He's trying to bait things out, but WBT, down he goes. Gord and Reverse cancelled out. This is the Bum that we know. This is the Death Adder. If you leave this thing alone, he will run your team over.
Yeah, I mean, Bum just blinked over to Cinema and just like autoed him twice and he just died.
Heck yeah, man.
He just exploded. Oh my god, that damage was insane, and he baits out the Garden Reverse at the very end perfectly, probably almost unnecessarily. Because he just, Bum just completely took over that whole fight. That fight was won single-handedly by him almost.
It's almost so weird seeing a Death Adder Ekion getting such a free initiation to the backline when there's so much CC and point-and-click CC to actually deny that. But either way, another fight up towards the north side of the map as a one-shot. Holy crap!
Oh,
Gonna be
there's
sent
the
over onto
one-shot.
89, but G-Work is down here too. Alto down to about half HP. Jinho is actually going to be able to best Alto when it comes to the Nikki 1v1. Not the Nikki 1v1, I apologize. Sorry, the
Carla
Carla 1v1.
You just can't remember that character's name.
It's
Wow,
the
that
same
side step from Dasu was amazing on One Tool's stun, but it's just not going to be enough. He doesn't have the mobility to keep up with... Oh, do I stand corrected? Surely not.
He's out.
Yeah.
He should be out. I don't think in the
But he is running into a corner. He's going to have to burn some timer if Dasu keeps up this chase.
Oh, look at the TP. One Tool
Wait,
saw the
this
TP.
Is devilish. Yeah, he saw the ping, and now he makes a little turn to try and evade Dasu, but Dasu's finding his marks.
Oh my!
Oh, but the guard reverse. Oh my god, that interaction was so good from both players. Into the police car, I guess.
He's alive!
And he's alive. Yeah, he's actually gonna get the jump pad out, but he's not out of the woods yet, as Daejo and Cybers are in cemetery, and he's more or less cornered. He doesn't have enough timer to really run into Research Center. He's got to run down through these cameras. They are going to see him, but they're not going to be able to capitalize. But he's still not out of the woods, as Chuseat is also in forest. He just can't catch a break and find some good footing to just get these revives off. Are they going to see him? Oh my god, One Tool's terrified. He's just outside of the vision.
But this is so good for One Tool, right? Because even if he's not able to actually get the reses off, even if he's in a lot of danger, he's coming into zones exactly as teams are actually looking to get positioning or are getting animals. He's getting pings everywhere. He knows where everybody else is. The objective of Omega right there, it made it so One Tool knew he had to immediately book it. He took the one route nobody was coming to. This guy is living on life support right now, but he is taking that life support and using it all the way.
Yeah, and as he said, he has the right amount of information to make these plays with zone teams coming into zones and doing hunts and making pings. He's able to play off of those pings and make the right choices.
Yes sir, here we go. Sebi looking for the initiation. Senefine going in with the Abigail, trying to get some angles in. It's only going to be over on towards Dushiman, but he's got the resets coming in. Maybe getting the damage down. The damage coming in from Shinonome, who's going to be on the Tsubame this time around. Senefine on the backside will actually be able to get out of the finger point, so he's a little bit safe. Health bar is not exactly looking the greatest on the side of Team Chuseat, though. Will reset the gauge on the overflow. He uses the force field. He's actually forced to. Is going to be able to dash on out of there. Downtime for Sebi, though. He does not have his weapon skill to try to reset it, but the White Lilies are available, and he gets tagged by the corner. He doesn't have the resets. He's trying to shield himself back up, but that's gonna be useless as he will get taken down. Team Saber with a 1-0 kill feed going over on their side. Team Chuseat just does not have enough damage just yet with this Abigail.
But they do get the revive off pretty much immediately, so just a little minus 250. Nothing too detrimental to their game pacing. I'd like to see what the Abigail's itemization is right now. I'm kind of curious.
Triple items. It's the Revenant, I think, Astro Helmet, and the Nightmare Nail. So she's technically on all of her bios.
Oh my god. Senefine forced to use the ultimate to avoid the Night Fork knockup one-shot combination. And
Queen?
Now Senefine's looking, the Queen connects, Senefine gets chunked,
but
Dasu's at risk here, and here comes Saber with the third party, and it just seems like Chuseat they just can't catch a break, man.
Sebi, he's not really at the point where he can just 1v3 all of these teams, and Senefine, yeah, he's got the Revenant, he's got the Astro Home, he's got the Nightmare Helmet, but the Nightmare Nails, I apologize, but there's just no damage on the follow side. There's no Scarlet Scythe on that character just yet, and that's where the real big damage comes through, especially at this high caliber of a tournament. Those three items just not looking to be enough.
I got worried there because I saw Abigail trying to run away from Fiora, and I just heard it in my head, man, him complaining about how bad Abigail is at running away from characters. I could hear him. Voices in my head.
Hey, she did manage to get out of a finger point in Hotel, though, right? With Dimensional.
That's true.
Not Dimensional Clave. I apologize. That's the Q, but
that's true. Did manage to escape that at least.
Okay,
but this fight is. Oh, does the one-shot follow-up happen? No. Saturn gets out of that Nikki ult completely unscathed, really. And here comes the damage. And yeah, Ing9 is just going to get dropped. He just went in without any real follow-up potential from his teammates. And yeah, they're just going to take the corpse. And Dushiman on the cutoff here, he might find something. The Queen misses. Sushi Man pushing forward. These guys are gonna have to run red. They don't have red to run. Dasu is completely out of timer from that chase earlier, and he's just gonna pop. And that's the end of Youngie this game. The one-shot comp not working out for them.
When did the Mira and Sejong die? Wait.
Wait, what?
When did Auto Arms die? What? Wait. What is going on?
We've only seen one team wipe on
Yo, why are teams dead?
Well, how does Saber have 11 kills? When did this happen? Oh my god, I just looked at the scoreboard now. Things have been crazy this game.
These fights have been going on for so long, but here we go. Beautiful shield coming in from Rosner. He's actually keeping himself alive, and now the one-shot combo is gone. Bum is activated. He's got the resets. He's getting the kills.
The damage.
Wait, he's got the queen set up. This could be a little bit of a turn, but he doesn't have the skills to contemplate for it. Bum, he's got the resets. He's dodging all these harpoons. Alto, he's trying to get himself out of here, but Bum's still on the chase. He wants this kill so bad right now. He doesn't have the resets. He's trying to get the dashes. He's trying to get the move speed, and he gets it. Team Fairy is gonna die. BNK Furex sitting on 10 kills right now. They're well making their way towards checkpoint.
This is the perfect storm for Fear X as well in the leaderboards, because Gyeonggi and Mir and Sejong are both eliminated, both with low kills. This is their chance to take the lead on the scoreboards.
This is incredible. This is incredible, Meek. This Black Mamba King usually is the one that, of course, Bum is going to go for, but the debut of his Sidewinder and Death Adder play is the one that is actually seeming to quite frankly be the most successful Ekion he's seen this entire weekend, because he only played Fiora on the group stage.
This Death Adder game is just inspiring. The damage that's coming out, the positioning he's going for, it's just looking so good. I mean,
they're gonna nerf it again.
Hopefully Nimble Neuron wouldn't nerf this.
No!
Surely not, right? Surely we haven't been playing a sleeper pick this whole time.
But to be fair, on the side of Team BNK Furex, they have so many ways to actually follow through on the Ekion, and they actually have the range to follow up on it. That's the crazy part about this composition.
They have all the tools to actually enable Death Adder. The ERM has so much setup. The spell shield from Suo, I mean, we saw the value of it in that fight. It's just, it really makes this pick shine more than it really should, honestly.
Yeah, it's actually allowing him to run into these fights without having to be worried about a lot of these tanks crowd controls, right? Because tanks aren't going to kill that shield that quickly, and even if they do, it's at least going to eat up one source of the crowd control, and that's typically the one thing that is going to kill these Death Adder Ekions. It's just really difficult to lock this down when the shield from Suo comes in, and just now, in the fight, Suo, using the shield on herself, completely negates the entire combo as the Pure Rage Uppercut goes straight into a shielded character. CC immunity comes in, Rosner just walks in out of there, and starting from there, it's just a bum show.
It's just a bum show. What a thing to say without context.
Yep, I know it's gonna get clipped.
Enough of the bum show. Saber's actually gonna run red here. They realize they're pincered between two teams and see pings from another team on the south side. So they're just gonna get out of here. They realize pretty much every team's there and their positioning is unfavorable, so they're willing to burn the timer and get some favorable positioning.
They're actually by themselves inside a forest, and look at the positioning of the rest of these teams. No one's really interested in walking across Uptown right now unless
yeah,
Team
this is like the Spider-Man meme where everyone's just pointing at each other.
Yeah. But Daejeon Cybers might not have the option. Magnani has no time. 5, 4, 3. Yeah, there we go. 5 seconds left on Darko. Big Buff is gone. That could be the sign for maybe Daejeon Cybers to say, hey, screw it, we don't have timer, we gotta send
we gotta flip something here.
We go.
Oh, roster.
That Raid of the Vampire Queen could have been way better. This is probably going to be a one fight on the side of Team BNK Furex. Wait, Bum's dead. Wait, he just got disintegrated by the multiple harpoons that were on the ground. But this Suwa is alive, and there is no
too much to deal with. They don't have the damage to cut through the healing that Suwa has, the shielding that Suwa has, and just the damage that IRM's going to put out here. And yeah, I don't know if you saw what Rosner did at the start of that fight. He landed his Q on Revolu, E'd right towards him, and as his E was about to hit Revolu, the boar knocked him over the wall. It was so goofy looking. But you see their last remaining member, Senephine, on this very, very weak character, as we all know. Yeah, he's just gonna die. Saber's gonna clean up another kill off of him.
Just doesn't seem
or
like
he'll choose the -1, but I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah, and this is really brutal for, I think, Team 2C because they invested the Force Core early over onto the Abigail, and usually Revenant is okay at the early stages of the game, but it just doesn't seem to be enough with the compositions that are going in right now. Really, really tanky characters, very good sustain across the board. In this game, you have things like the Adina, Carla with the escapes on the grappling maneuver, Theo with the heals on himself, Ekions that just straight up refuse to die, Nikki's all over the place as well. There is no target for this Abigail to kill. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, it just seemed like a total mismatch of a pick for this lobby, and yeah, there's nothing you can do here.
God, his entire combo just did what? 500 damage to the Fiora?
Yeah, you know, it's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah. Alright, well, we are down to our final two teams, and this time it is going to be the Uptown Final Zone. Look at the items on E8. Revenant stocked up with the Primordial Hex on that Chaser. The poke is going to be massive. I couldn't catch if it was Strider level 3. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I'm so happy to see Saber find their mark in this finals though now. Like, this is the needed to get. And same with Furex. Like, this is the game they definitely needed to try and take the lead from Gyeonggi.
I think they need to win this game in order to actually they need to kill a couple people. They just need to get 2 kills and then maybe first place in order to get themselves up there. I don't remember what their points were, but they're pretty close. They get first place, then there is a world in which they can just qualify straight into the checkpoint mark. They're trying to look for this Ekion right now because you 100% know Dina is not going to be able to do anything assuming the shield comes on.
Yeah, they're terrified. You can see Dina's positioning absolutely terrified. But finding the mark on the Rosner, but the buffer, using the CC immunity from the buffer to get out of that point. Douchey man.
Here we go.
Bomb. A lot of space for their team.
White Lily is on.
An angle. Oh my god.
Oh, Satan is just obliterated!
Satan is just gone. It wasn't even Dina that they were looking at. It was the Fiora of Satan just getting Thanos snapped. And down goes Douchey Man too. He does so much damage to tanks as well. You can't let this pick get unchecked and un-CC'd because it will just shred.
Oh my god, 16 kills and first place. BNK Furex Bum is activated today, man. I can't wait to see the Discord of BNK Furex after this because they have got to be going absolutely wild right now. It is just, and you guys can clip this, it is just a bum show. That is all it is.
Stop saying that.
Hey, listen, it is. It is. I can't say anything else about it.
Gotta get that out.
It's not my fault that that's the IGN you chose, okay? What do you want me to say?
We can't keep going to the bum show.
We are
witnesses. Like multiple
Sorry.
meanings that are horrible because I don't even want to go into detail onto what those meanings could be either.
See, I don't even know what you're thinking about because I'm only thinking about the fact that our player Bum is doing good. I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know what
I'm thinking about what I see frequently in downtown Toronto at work. We won't talk about that at all. It's a crazy place up there, man.
But seriously though, BNK Furex, they are doing so good here today. The combinations of swapping these weapons around. And this is one of the craziest things, by the way, about Ekion. It is really difficult to adjust your gameplay style to fit in line with every single type of Ekion because they all play so individually different. But the rest of the members of BNK Furex, Rosner, as well as EA, they are incorporating their gameplay alongside the Ekion so well right now that it just seems like this team is unstoppable. Death Adder, untouched till the end of the fight. He finds angles in. Sidewinder, he gets the poke in, and then at the end, Sidewinder overflow and venomization. Dude, that thing cuts through squishies.
And you saw that he used the White Lily once he was comfortable going in, realizing he wasn't going to get CC'd by Douchey Man, and found an angle on Satan alone, and that's exactly what you want to avoid from this Death Adder Ekion, is leaving him alone with anything that can't burst as hard as he can, or block something down. If he gets an isolated target alone, it doesn't matter who it is. It could have been Douchey Man just being all alone. He will just cut them down.
This is wild. It is gratifying for me to be able to see Death Adder being played here because I did hype it up right during game number 3. It's the fact that Death Adder in and of itself is a very, very risky style of gameplay, at least on the Sidewinder side, you can just keep throwing out your Q, the Crescent Viper, to poke, at least. But on the side of Death Adder, you actually have to get in there to deal the damage.
Yeah,
You're all
because
based on the crits.
you've invested your stat lines into crit, which means auto attacks are going to be your form of damage. And I mean, for most characters that want to auto attack as their form of damage, they're ranged. Generally speaking, to do it on a melee, it's a lot harder.
But I love the fact that, especially in the last fight there, I think a big part of that fight was the simple fact that Rosner was able to buffer the finger point into the Don Quixote. Because what that means is that he's actually not forced to use the shield on himself, and that allows that shield to actually be utilized on somebody else throughout the fight. I think I saw it on E8, which actually did help, because a lot of crowd control from Dina was actually landed onto E8, but the shield ate it.
And one thing I'm glad that you mentioned earlier was adjusting to the different styles of Ekion. I mean, throughout this whole weekend, all we've seen is Black Mamba. All everyone's played against is Black Mamba. So all of a sudden, when Ekion jumps in, you're used to them, doing the Black Mamba thing and just being obnoxious and sitting on you. And all of a sudden, he jumps in and just instantly kills you. It's like, whoa, that's different. We need to adjust to that.
I am loving this right now. Wow, 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 wow. We will see whether or not BNK FearX after that game performance is going to be able to get themselves into checkpoint,
I believe
guys.
they will.
Here is the round results: 24 points. And
Don't think that's enough. I think
they're
they're
on
short by 1 point.
Yep, I think I saw 30.
They're short by 1 point. I recall they were at 30 points, so they're off checkpoint by 1 point, which is a heartbreaker for them.
Yep.
Saber having a phenomenal game though, and I don't remember how Saber did in the first 2 games, but it wasn't a breakout performance like this, so they're definitely going to skyrocket in the leaderboard, especially with Miran Sejong and Daejong Cybers not really garnering a lot of points this round.
First time in a while that we haven't seen Daejong Cybers picking up a ton of kills at the earlier stages of the game, and it's going to be 52 on the side of BNK FearX, of course. Still not good that they weren't able to hit checkpoint, but better than 54, because we see those too often in the ERM for some reason.
Yeah, and it's such a heartbreaker when you're 1 off. It's just like, man, can I please just get there? But Gyeonggi is at 43. They're only down by 9 points. If they have one good game here, they could just pull out into checkpoint. We should be seeing a couple teams get into checkpoint after this game. Miran Sejong, they're going to need a win to get into checkpoint, I believe, or at least a very strong performance next game. And Saber's not far behind them either.
This is a really, really close series right now already, and we're only in game 3.
Yeah. And it's Fairy, I'm just so sad to see their team not find the success that they've been finding throughout this weekend. I mean, they didn't even play yesterday. They weren't even in the wildcards because they were such a dominant force in the group stage.
Yep, the team that walked away with higher points than Team Mira and Sejong off of Group A, so this kind of performance is probably, it's not even just us, right? I'm pretty sure the players themselves are kind of kicking themselves over it at the moment. It just seems like the mirror matchup of Tazu was actually playing even more aggressive than G-Work was, which is not something that I absolutely intended to say from, I think, the beginning of the game, but we saw it. That was just the results that we saw. It's just fact.
Yeah, exactly. And G-Work is just known for his confidence, being able to perform and execute flawlessly whenever he needs to, and it's just, we haven't really been seeing that today.
Not at all. But here we go. Let's see what ends up happening. As Saten, he's hovering the Ekion. I don't think he's playing Ekion, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Bum is also hovering the Fiora. If Saten does end up picking this Ekion and Bum decides to go it here as well, then we are going to be seeing an Ekion ban. But Bum! What a mind game!
God, that was pure mind games happening in the 50s. Satin hovering Ekion to try and strong arm Bum from a Ekion ban because Sebi's not going to switch. But then last second, both of them switch back to Fiora, and JCP's on Fiora, which means we're going to have a Fiora ban in Game 5. So FearX can get into Game 5 with a Fiora ban happening on checkpoint. That's huge for them.
These Fioras were actually, I think, one of the biggest issues that at least the Sidewinder version of Ekion was dealing with. So the fact that the Fiora is going to be banned for a game that, quite frankly, at this point should be a guaranteed checkpoint for Team BNK Furex, especially
Wait.
considering how their early game goes.
Wait.
Yeah.
All 3 Fioras are off spear and on two-handed. How do they all go the same weapon consistent? Like, is this coordinated? Do they have like a Fiora Discord? They're like, this time we go two-handed, guys.
Are they all actually? Because I thought I saw one on Rapier.
No, they're all two-handed. JCP's two-handed, Satin's two-handed, and Bum is two-handed.
Okay, then this actually kind of makes it interesting. I'm wondering if a lot of these teams are actually going to opt to go... I don't remember what the team compositions were, but there's 2 ways that this can go. If there are any Arcanas on the sides of the Fioras, then, for example, like the Adina, they can run Empress. And I know a lot of the Adinas in these games have been running Empress, or even at least the Lich's Grasp off of the Scotties. So there is no point in running Almas. Then what's left? The Chained Nightmare. That's a weapon I have not seen in a long time on Fiora, but it is a possibility.
Nightmare, bro.
It could happen. What is it? I think that one has focus. Wait, what is it on it? Gosh, I haven't seen it in so long that I forgot what it's actually on it.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say heel cut, but I don't know for sure.
No, it's definitely not heel cut. It's actually an active.
Or maybe it's like magnetic midnight or something silly. I don't know.
Gosh.
Or maybe it's hex. It's hex, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's hex.
It is hex. It is hex. I just checked it. See,
Okay,
nobody in chat. Usually by this time somebody would say something in chat, but nobody uses that weepon to the point where like nobody in chat was saying anything about it.
And Isaac is just such a menace. The build fully online. What? Oh, okay, Dramatic goes down. That was a little interesting how that played out, but JCP doing damage, but this is the full team of Saber. They should be able to clean up both of these kills. Wait, who's that guy? Never mind, I'm losing my mind. Anyways.
There's also a Nathapon in this game.
There is a Nathapon in this game. That's not something we've seen all weekend, honestly.
Yeah, quite interesting that they're actually bringing it out now, but if you're going to try changing things around, since Auto Arms has been a team that I don't know if they were necessarily struggling, because they have found some of these games where they have had a good amount of team fights and kills going around. But of course, changing things up like this makes it so that all these teams are going to have to readjust to new things coming in. And with all these teams grouping up already, we might see a fight.
Oh my god.
Smartina is still not in broadcast form just yet. Going to be chased down by the members of Team Vita and Sejong. He just needs one more stack, because I saw 4 lined up for him. Spark Knee lands. Oh my god, the full charge!
Oh! What an amazing blink. One Circle finding the root and creating the kill for his team. Just, wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, and that right there is also another added benefit of using the Energy Blast Field. It's that while you're in overcharge, Energy Cannon actually loads faster, and I think that's what allowed,
that's right. Yeah,
the max range to come through. So huge kill going over into the hands of Team Vita and Sejong, which you were mentioning before we started the game here. They actually do need. They're 25 points behind checkpoint at the moment, right? No, it's not 25, it's 19. So each of these kills mean a lot more for that team right now.
Oh yeah, and 19 points is not an impossible feat for that team. Xenophine just gonna get caught out. Bum just poking. Oh wait, Bum is on Spear. Never mind.
Yeah, I knew it. It's not all two-handed sword, but I was also wrong too. I thought it was Rapier, so.
Yeah, it looked like he was on two-handed when he picked it. I don't know. Maybe that's what it defaults to. I'm pretty sure it defaults to Rapier, but who knows.
You should be able to see Cosmic Bident then, right? We talked about it yesterday.
Yes. Oh yeah, that weapon's. I didn't realize how statted it was until you pointed it out yesterday. That's absolutely just insanity. Like.
Yeah, I think it's for both Spear and Hammer. They tend to have like an overloaded amount of stats in comparison.
Pool, yeah.
Of course, for Hammer, it's lower attack speed. I actually don't know what it is for Spear, but it is what it is.
It do be what it do be. Nathapon combo not finding its mark. Fairy looking to find a fight here. Alto blinking in, finds the carpet pole, but the parry from JCP negating the charm. And Waity, he's just kind of alone up here, holding the line for his teammates. And he's going to get brought down by Alto. And yeah, they're going to be rewarded with the hotel tree for their efforts.
can buy all the time he wants, but you know, for an Athapon who needs to rotate through cooldowns this early in the game, not gonna be able to buy enough time for himself. Another fight inside of Cemetery as well as Chapel, as the Tree of Life is gonna get contested over by 3 different teams actually, with BNK FearX joining the fray. Somebody is looking for that right now. ERM trying to chase down the Tsubame, but she's got the White Lily. Should have the escape with the jump pad over. E8 is not going to make it on time, so not exactly sure who has the Tree of Life inside this area. I don't think BNK FearX managed to get there on time. I think the teams that were fighting there before we got to that spectate was already duking over it after the objective was over.
Yeah, I think you're correct with that. BNK FearX finding 1 kill, only 2 more away from reaching that checkpoint status. So yeah, I mean, we're at that point where teams might start kind of thinking about trying to get BNK FearX out, but Cadmus kind of caught out alone here on Isaac. Sebi's just kind of wailing on him. He's gonna go down. Shinonome on the other side, pretty much left untouched. Daejong Cyber's not really able to capitalize on him, and Revolu's gonna go down as well.
By pick of a kill, Cadmus getting a little bit of a taste of his own medicine from back in pre-release where he used to play a lot of Ekion, but another fight coming in. Lonzo completely isolated away as the team abandons him with the overcharge being activated for 1 circle. He is level 11, which means Energy Blast Wave is at level 2.
Wait, Saturn's on Rapier, so we have all 3 types of Fiora.
Oh, so they did pre-plan this.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it is planned.
Discord messages blaring right now. Satan is typing, Bum is typing.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's typing.
I'm going Rapier. I'm on 2-handed.
That's Skype.
I'm on Spear. What? That is Skype. How did you know?
Bro!
I'm glad you got that.
What the heck? Goodness gracious.
Oh yeah. My age is showing.
Oh my god. Alright, well, Battle Zones are about to pop. Alphas are about to pop. BNK FearX. Actually, the Revenant has been activated already. It's a 3v3. No, it's a 2v3 inside of Warehouse. It's actually looking not that bad, but JCP will get taken down. WBT also isolated. Nathapon nowhere to be seen. Just about to join the party, but absolutely not, because he's the last one alive on this team. This will be the Alpha picked up for the side of Team BNK FearX, but on the north side, Battle Zone is reigning supreme. Sebi trying to keep himself alive. Down goes the Estelle. Ink9 taken down. Jenny is going to go into the play that unfortunately the investment just not looking to be enough. Flame coming in from Jino, but I don't think it's going to be good enough as the timer is going to get reset on the side of Team Chuseat. Kazu gets taken down. I believe the Tsubame is dead. Battle Zone 1 for the side of Team Chuseat. That will be, I think, a Mythbro coming in for the team. Should be. Yes, it is. There's the racing helmet.
Yep. And you saw in that fight, Ig9 just kind of taking too much damage, forced to use the exclusive on himself to dodge the acceptance speech charm, and gets taken down anyways for it as well. It just, I don't know, things kind of just fell apart for them in that fight.
Good stuff, but for Team Chuseat, it's working out, right? This team has been looking a little bit difficult, I think, to maneuver around. They're not really fighting a lot of teams that are looking for extended fights. This is a really different lobby compared to what they've been exposed to throughout the course of the weekend. So this extended fight composition of the Ekion, Jenny, and the Lenny is not exactly...
It has a hard time against Fiora, specifically in Fiora, like, because Fiora just has so much upfront burst damage. You can just drop someone so fast before Lenny can rotate multiple cooldowns. But Douchey Man going to get abandoned again by his team. Poor Douchey Man. He just... Oh, but FearX picking up that kill, actually. I believe the IRM got it. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure they did get that kill. They're looking for more, but here comes the hook from one tool. Rossner is going to get brought down. E8 also going to get chased down here. Satin actually coming back, and it's going to be Sabers finding the kill on E8. And yeah, that was risky. But fortunately for FearX, they're in checkpoint. Meanwhile, over in school, Marin Sejong fighting Daejong Cybers. Revolu's ult not finding its mark on Ramatic. Revolu also kind of split off from his team here, taking a lot of damage from Ramatic, who's going to come out on top. Ramatic is the Helltech stack, giving him Ramatic the confidence to keep that fight going, and Cadmus is just going to have to run away here.
Angnani is also swapped over on towards Asuo, by the way. This is his trusty pick coming in times of clutch, but that fight, definitely not a clutch moment for that Suwa. Tazu being pulled just barely in range for the exclusive, but getting stunned up by something. Down goes to Cecilia. This is a day 3 death, so minus 250. Jino about to get taken down. Sebi looking for the resets. Just one more envenomization is not enough. Jino's trying to run, but there's Centipede jumping over the wall.
Oh, but you know what?
Good lord. Alright, minus
And
500.
That's so bad for Gyeonggi because they really need to try and push into checkpoint here and try to get closer to it at very least. But now they're down a bunch of credits. They have no kills to their name. Compared to game 1 where they had all the tempo advantage, this game they're just struggling to find anything.
This is actually a worse situation for them right now too, because look at who you have to res on the side of Gyeonggi and 8. It's going to be the Sicilla.
Yeah.
You can't farm that fast with the Sicilla in comparison to the Tsubame because you don't have the single target damage. That team is going to be on cope levels of survival for quite a while now, unless the Mai decides to res. Yeah, okay, absolutely not. I was going to say.
Yeah. Because the Mai can't really farm credits at all. Like, it's just not feasible.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to see what ends up happening to Gyeonggi and 8.
Sejong's fighting in the gymnasium. Douchey Man once again just abandoned them. Hey, we got a new scapegoat in town, and it's Douchey Man. And Satin just on the run here. I don't think he's gonna find any more trouble coming his way, so he should be fine. Does he have credits to get a revive off? Yes, he does. He will be able to get at least one revive off.
Yeah, it's actually pretty close. I think they should have enough to res everybody, just hanging right above the edge.
Yeah, it's actually just on the cusp.
But this is kind of rough. I mean, for Team Saber, yeah, we say Dushiman's the scapegoat, but the Dina died there as well. Oh!
Oh, the spring trap! Where are you jumping? Over here!
Seraphine, dude, this guy is too good. Guys, if you guys want to learn how to play Lenny, that right there, that is just straight up the textbook of how to play Lenny. We've seen it throughout this entire weekend. He is insane on this character.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been so consistent this whole tournament series. These spring traps just always finding their mark. I mean, that one was a bit of a... Honestly, that one was actually one of the less impressive ones he's been getting. And even that one was just solid.
It's even more tragic right now for Team Gyeonggi and 8 because they just resed the Sicilla and she's going to get taken down again. So that's another minus 250, which means just right now, minus 750 for that team already. And we just did night 3. That is not good.
Sejong Cybers wanted to contest that Omega, but Miran Sejong pulling the Omega into that tight corridor with the Theodore gate up, it's just not even remotely feasible to approach. All it takes is one grenade bounced off the Omega onto the whole team, and the whole team wipe could happen. Meanwhile, down in Beach, Auto Arms, W8 getting caught out. Yeah, Furex is just going to kind of sweep this fight. Bum catching up to Cinema. Cinema looking to find side steps on the Furex skill shots, but they're all just finding their mark, and they just get wiped. Auto Arms out at 8-0 kills, not gaining anything out of this lobby.
How does Bum do it? He has not lost a single mirror matchup this entire day so far, no matter what character he's playing. Fiora, Ekion, Death Adder, Sidewinder, you name it, he is beating everybody at their own game. JCP taking the fall, this is something that Satin couldn't even do on the group stages.
Yeah, I mean, Bum just woke up on the right side of the bed today. He's just playing phenomenally, honestly, all series long. Meanwhile, over in school, Miran Sejong finding their way onto Dina. Dina getting chunked to about half health, but there's just not enough damage or follow-up. He's going to heal up all the damage that Down have put down. Satin on the run, bringing all of MSJ with him. And Douchey Man going to hold the line. I think we're just going to all disengage here. No, Ramatic wants more. He wants to find a kill, but he's just going to have to respect Douchey Man pointing at him. Dina on the side with one circle. Let's see who can take this 1v1. One circle with great side steps on Dina. Gets the gate up, puts some damage down. Great link over the wall by one circle. He's able to still output some damage from this side too. Donna going in, but he's getting awfully low. He might get brought down here, and he does that and finds the kill, but goes down for it as well. Douchey Man looking to try and get his teammate up, but they just don't have enough health here. One circle just doing too much damage, providing too much healing. And here he comes. He's ready to kill.
They just don't die. I mean, Dina, playing this Dina character is really good at keeping her teammates alive, but One Circle is doing it even better right now. It's just way too difficult to deal with this team in an extended fight. One Circle is able to just rotate in and out and in and out of these fights. It is ridiculous how tanky it feels for this Dio when we're not the ones playing it.
Right? And even if they pop the play dead on Ramatic, all it takes is one Q from Theodore while you're in play dead, and Ramatic just gets up with full health after play dead.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane. Team Mita and Sejong is starting to actually, play for realsies now. They want to get in a checkpoint, making pretty good progress towards it. 7 points for them right now, just off of kills alone. They are looking for 19, which means at least 11 kills first place is the numbers they're looking for. They're well on their way there.
Danana needs to get out of here. Juicy also waiting in the wings. Everybody kind of spotting each other out with vision. Nobody really looking to take a fight, but Juicy really wants to bring it to Rion Sejong. One circle, looking to get his team out of this horrible corner that they're trapped in. Now finding his mark. One circle kind of left unchecked this fight. And the audio completely breaking as well. Yeah, One Circle got completely unchecked that fight and just got to do exactly what he wanted. And Juicy's just gonna go down here. Sebi on the run? No. They're not going to invest any more into that chase. Gonna let Sebi go. But they come out with 2 kills, and Sebi is not in a good position here. I mean, they're going to see the revives that are happening above them.
It's tough, but a battle over the wick line. Double stun coming in from, not Romantics, or Revolu. They get a lot of roots down. Cadmus is still alive throughout the end of this fight, but down goes Revolu. It's a third party coming in from BNK FearX, who actually picks up literally everything. They get the items, and they get the buff as well. BNK FearX is just on a mission to stop any other teams from getting into checkpoints.
They took the house, they took the car, they took the kids, everything. FearX, just cleaning up.
It's 250 coming in for Team Daejeon Cybers. It was a really good fight taken from Revolu. I thought he was going to go and prioritize the wick line first, but he found an angle onto stunning 2 people with the broadcast. So the fight actually went a little bit better on the side of Team Daejeon Cybers, but the third party coming in was really good. BNK FearX, they built themselves up another blood sample, I believe. They found one off of the body of Wickeline. What is it going to be? Is it the
Did you catch E8's build? E8 already had Blood Weapon and Offer Mask.
Ooh, that's filthy.
He's already stacked and they're getting another one.
Does he have Strider level 3 though? I can't seem to have remembered if he's ever been on that this entire series.
I'd like to think he does. It's definitely one of those tech skill upgrades that a lot of people even prefer rushing.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think he's got it by now.
Yeah, if anything, I could have sworn that the usual leveling scheme of E8 is that he just rushes Strider before any transitions, so you're probably right. He probably has it.
It would make sense. This is going to be interesting here because if Juicy has to run up, there is a chance that Daejeon Cybers finds a third party depending on which direction this fight goes.
Send it. Here we go.
Sebi going in, sending it. He finds his mark, dashing all over the place. The spring trap hitting One Tool. But Sebi taking so much damage. One Tool holding the line. And G-Work looking to find some more damage. But he's not going to be able to. Both teams are going to disengage.
Xenophine either landed every single one of those those spring traps, or somebody blinked out of it. This guy is just way too good on this character.
Down goes thing 9.
Yep, Gyeonggi and 8 eliminated. One kill. To their name. And I are just on sync today, Jesus.
Yeah, that was on point. Good stuff. And now Juicy and Fairy looking to get the run back here. Sebi looking once again. He's always the first dash in, but he loses half his health instantly. But Shinonome? Or sorry, Alto? Shinonome. The spring trap finding its way onto G-Work. He's gonna go down. One Tool. He's on Lennox. He's not gonna be able to run away. And Juicy just clean sweeps Fairy.
Yeah, but that's a Shinonome moment right there, and Alto just kind of ate the entirety of it. I know exactly why you said Shinonome. But this does mean, by the way, we were talking about how Juicy is struggling with a lobby like this. They actually overtake. Oh my god, the blink out Juice!
What is gonna happen? And FearX is just on the outside of this. They see all of it going on. They're gonna get the third party rights on this. Daejeon Cybers trapped in the corner. They're just gonna take pot shots at them, and Revolu's gonna go down here rather quickly.
God!
And Magnati is also gonna go down. Daejeon Cybers gets wiped, but here comes the third party from Juicy. FearX looking to take it to them though.
Listeners alive.
Down goes Shinonome in the play dead, but Shinonome gets back up. But E8 is on him, takes him down. But Juicy is just too far ahead of this fight. Can E8 do it? He's got all the items, he's got all the power, but can he take him down? There's just might be too much.
Oh, the force field!
Oh, the force field is just too much. And
the
Revenant is coming through. The healing.
What is going on, man. EA, he's still trying. He's getting the shield resets coming through for this character, but it's too much. The healing is there, and Shinonome is also not confirmed. 14 kills for Team Chuseed. They're finally finding an angle back in on this game, but the final boss, Meek, is there.
Yeah, the
this
final
team,
boss.
Mira and Sejong. Chuseed already lost to this team
circle.
before.
Rank 1 gamer approaches.
They can buy a lot of blood samples though. There's one for Chuseed on the side of Xenophine. They
Yeah.
can buy another one with the Ekion if they really chose to do so. Final zone will be school, which quite frankly, up against the Theo is going to be hell for.
Oh yeah, I mean, fighting around all those containers and everything, it's going to be a lot. And Mira and Sejong actually opting to get some early positioning here in school. They're going to be first to the zones. They're going to be able to set up nice and cleanly. We'll see what Chuseed decides to do. Yes, they're going to go for more call-ins. They waited till the zone swap, so they have more time to play with to do it. And yeah, we're just gonna see, like, I don't know Korean, but I know what VF means in that chat box.
Triple BF called for this team across the board. Red Shoes going to be selected here for Sebi. He already has a high noon on the side of Shinonome. Another Red Shoes on the side of this
And that's
team.
over 1,000 amp on that Jenny.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna pump so much damage if it doesn't get checked.
Yeah, we have Ekion, I believe, sitting on. Was it the just? I think it was just the tree upgrade. They have a total of 3 blood samples. Xenophines went over on towards High Noon, and then the other blood samples called by this team went into the Red Shoes. Theo is not going to have the greatest time healing. It's actually really good on the side of Team Chuseed that they managed to call those Red Shoes in. The 60% is going to matter a lot here.
It's going to matter a ton, especially with the play dead healing and the healing drone healing from Zanana as well. It's just a huge value pickup for them. Okay, you see, working their way into the zone. MSJ kind of forced on the backpedal here, actually, respecting this composition, waiting. Here comes the root. Big damage put down on Shinonome, but Danana holding line. Sebi going on the back on one circle, but one circle's going to get away and push this stuff back towards Shinonome and serve Xenophine. But Sebi is just taking too much damage. Shinonome tried to make something happen, but it's just not quite enough. They're going to have to disengage and burn some time trying to wait.
Shinonome?
Hold? But
Lenny
no,
can't
Rheumatic
beat
is
Theo
really
healing.
healthy. This is, yeah, no, they can't compete with Theo's healing. Theodore doing too much damage and you healing. Rheumatic stepped up and just kept the damage down, didn't let them get a backpedal on things, and MSJ takes the game.
But here's the thing, though. One of the biggest issues of this final zone, and actually, I believe Mira and Sejong got 12 kills. They're also in checkpoint, by the way. So good stuff coming in for Team Mira and Sejong before. Yeah, I say anything else. We're gonna have at least 2 teams in checkpoint after this. BNK FearX guaranteed. They're only 3 points away. They got, I think, around 7 kills, so they're 100% guaranteed. And then Mira and Sejong, they just needed 19 points. They got 12 kills in first place, which means they got 20. They're right there at the checkpoint marker as well. So really good job for both of those teams. But something I do want to mention about that fight, another interaction that a lot of you guys might not know in the chat, but that sandstorm, well, not the sandstorm, but like the cloud, the sand cloud plant, Theo gets Sapphire Protocol off of that.
Yes, he does. He gets his passive proc off of running out of that. And, you know, what better 2 teams to make it into checkpoint than Mira and Sejong and BNK FearX? The two titans of Korea, I'd say, as far as their competitive scene goes. These are just, you know, if you're going to pick any of 2 teams to win a tournament, it's going to be one of these 2 guys.
Exactly. BNK FearX, the champions of the Season 3 season finals, and then Mira and Sejong, the champions of Season 4 Phase 1. Both of those 2 teams are going to be sitting in the checkpoint spot. But again, guys, remember, first place, they have to win the game. But Mira and Sejong and BNK FearX, those 2 teams, have been very consistent. And another thing you have to remember, Fiora is banned for the last game. Well, not the last game. I can't say that yet. I'm sorry. Script's not written.
It's not the last game yet, but you know, for Mira and Sejong, they don't run Fiora anyways. But for BNK FearX, they do typically run this Fiora, but Bum's gonna be going back to this Ekion as he planned, and it's gonna weaken down the rest of the teams that were running Fiora. JCP gonna be forced off Fiora as well as Saturn.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I'm wondering, we're on game 4, right? The thing about not even Black Mamba King Ekion, but for Sidewinder and Death Adder, one of the biggest things about when those get played is that it takes people by surprise because they don't expect it, right? They've only been seeing Black Mamba King this entire weekend, but now that they've been exposed to both Sidewinder and Death Adder, I think teams are going to be a little bit more wary about which version of Ekion Bum is going to be playing. But we've seen that Black Mamba King is just not working. Team Chusi cannot burst through the sustain coming in for Team Mira Sejong. I actually don't even think it's a bad idea for them to sub out Bum and put in Honser instead, just to completely flip things around and maybe be that X factor coming in to win them phase number 2.
Yeah, I think it would work really well, honestly, especially with the bans that have come through. Here we have the scores. Miran Sejong coming in with 20 points. They're going to push into checkpoint with that. Chuseat actually having a really solid game. They're probably one more good game away from checkpoint. So long as, BNK Furex and Miran Sejong don't win one of these next 2 games, Gyeonggi or Chuseat could easily join them in checkpoint, even in just the next game. Saber not too far behind. They could also have another pop-off game like they did and find their way into checkpoint.
Exactly. All teams aside from Auto Arms and Fairy, even Daejeon Cybers has a little bit of a chance, but 29 points is a bit of a too far-fetched. So I'll give them a little bit of hope, but the light at the end of the tunnel is really, really far away in the horizon for that team. Saber, Chuseat, Gyeonggi Innate, all 3 teams could be looking to get into checkpoint in the next game, but that only happens if BNK Furex or Miran Sejong don't take away the next game with the most amount of points. They need to somehow prolong these games, but those 2 teams have been so dominant. 51 field kills for BNK Furex. How do you stop this team?
Yeah, it just feels like they're unstoppable. Their early game has been so strong in that chapel area, always finding points there, always finding kills, and just converting it into more and more, and they just have been so dominant. Same with Miran Sejong. These 2 teams have just been so consistent in these lobbies.
Exactly. But ladies and gentlemen, that right there was game number 4, and you guys know what that means. We're about to go into our second break. Wondering again, Meek, if any of these teams are going to be flipping any of their players around. The roster changes coming in now that some teams are at checkpoint. But
wasn't it Auto Arms that had Sad Hand? But anyways, yeah, let's go to the break.
Exactly. Grab yourself some snacks, grab yourself some water, go take a stretch. We will see you guys back here for game 5 and a potential game number 6.
맛있어 맛있어. 크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 육식계 치킨 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래? 와. 크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 육식계 치킨 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래?
처음에는 저희도 대전 사이버거즈를 하려 했는데 이미 경기 이네이트에서 대전 사이버거즈를 했더라고요. 그래서 거기에 대항하기 위해서 더 비싸고 맛있는 대전 사이 플렉스 버거즈로 했습니다. 한 번 먹어보면 점점 빠져드니까 조심하세요.
이름이 서브 딜러 쪽이라 다른 서브 딜러 쪽이 연습할 기회가 있다면 연습하겠습니다.
팀이 해체되고 나서 어디로 가야 될지 정하던 와중에 이제 슬래셔 전신이죠. 프레이 팀 모집 공고가 올라와서 지원하게 돼서 들어갔습니다. 여러모로 같은 장르의 게임이다 보니까 도움을 많이 받고 있습니다.
접니다.
미안해. 미안. 이따 하나 더 사줄 테니까. 시원하게 가보자고. 많이 차가울지도 몰라. 잠깐 밥부터 먹고 하자. 오랫찜질 시켜줄까? 느긋하게 쉬긴 걸렀네. 흠뻑 적게 해주지. 자, 오늘은 물이 별론데. 으아, 도망쳐. 고들가. 인사해. 나 보고 싶었어? 뭐, 놀면서 해도 이 정도? 이제 진짜 쉬러 갈 거야. 같이 한잔 할래? 가볼까요?
물에 빠진 사람은 없지?
드디어 바다에 왔어. 물 들어가기 전에 몸 푸는 거야? 좋지. 이제 수영하러 가도 되지? 어디든 금방 날아갈게요. 이제 자유롭게 날 수 있어요. 꿈꿀 시간이에요.
얕아 보인다고 함부로 물에 들어갔다간 큰 코 다칠지 몰라. 안녕. 어디 가는 거야?
수영복은 얼마만인지 모르겠어. 뭐라도 걸치고 올 걸 그랬나? 잘 어울리는 거 맞지? 언젠가 오늘을 추억할 수 있으면 좋겠어.
죄인 신문하는 거야?
로스터 충원 계획은
말이 되냐 이거?
로스터 충원 계획은 이번 시즌은 없고 다음 시즌에는 고려하는 중입니다.
사실 쌍방이었는데 정말 아쉬운 현실의 벽으로 인해서 갈라졌거든요. 좋은 기회가 된다면 같이 할 수 있지 않을까. 그거 이제 스크림 팀명을 대전 사이버즈로 신청하고 나중에 봤는데 BNK 퓨어엑스랑 경기 이네이트가 대전 사이버거즈랑 대전 사이 플렉스 버거즈로 바꿨더라고요. 그래서 저도 이제 가만히 있으면 안 되겠다 해가지고 살짝 응수의 느낌으로 한 겁니다.
예, 사랑은 제가 얼마든지 표현할 수 있습니다. 저희
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from the break. It is time for Games 5 and a potential game number 6. We are not guaranteed that game just yet. The result of whether or not we are going to even get a game number 6 all depends on the teams that are not at checkpoint right now. Guys, welcome back. I'm still Shuvy. Guy to the left of me, still Meek. And we, my friends, are excited for the rest of the games in the series.
First name Meek, last name Speedy, but don't capitalize the S because otherwise I will hurt you. Yeah, it's gonna be some exciting games, or maybe even just game. I'm really, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see if these teams kind of metagame and try to take out BNK Furex or Miran Sejong. I mean, Miran Sejong's been pretty quiet in the early game, but BNK has always had a very exciting early game in Chapel, so we'll see if it actually comes to haunt them this game.
Yeah, one of the big things that I'm going to be looking at here for both of those teams is whether or not they actually can do it. Right? I mean, that's the overarching story that we're going to be looking at for this game. But if one of those two teams are able to do it, we will tie for the shortest final series we've had ever. 5 games is the shortest series that we've had with a checkpoint system added in, and it's only happened once.
You see this fairy team?
Fairy team, let us see. What are they cooking right now?
Up left.
What? Bro, that is an absolute cook. They're running Frailty on the Aya too? It's not even Accelerator or even the Adrenaline.
I don't know. This is a chef's kiss, man.
Double Subame.
I mean, they gotta try something, I guess. Huh? And you were right. Look at
I knew it!
They did the substitution on the game that Fiore's banned.
That is so big. Okay, you and I were talking about this right after we went into the break. But if the only option for BNK Furex aside from the Fiora was something else, it was probably going to be the Ekion for Bomb. The only real option, because they were going up against Team Mida and Sejong in the end to try to get first place in this game. You need to run Death Adder on Ekion. And yes, it did look really good during that one game, but playing Death Adder always comes with its risks. If you're not able to snowball, if you play the fight wrong, your team is just going to get slaughtered because you're going to die super fast. So I like the fact that they're bringing in Sunsar here. It does bring a little bit of that X Factor change in. I'm a little bit worried because sometimes pick compositions just doesn't work when the range advantage is on the side of the other team. And with Mida and Sejong running the Subame on Romantic, I think that could also bring an interesting team fighting angle for that team up against BNK Furex. But another thing, Subame is banned.
Yeah, there's 3 Subames in this lobby, which is...
That's a first.
I think this is the first time, I think this is the first time we've seen Subame banned this weekend.
I think
and as you can
ever.
See on the, ever?
Yeah, ever.
Has
she ever been banned in NA?
I don't think so, no.
This might actually just straight up be our first ever Subame ban in a tournament, ever.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, actually. Yeah, I'm kind of in disbelief. Well, early games happening, nothing really crazy happening right now. Everybody just getting their builds online. I still can't believe this fairy composition.
Did he stick
we
with
have
Frailty?
Is it Alto on Marcus and Frailty Aya?
They're cooking.
What is that, man?
Oh, no, he did change over to Adrenaline. We can see it right there in the buff status.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because if he's running Frailty, now it's not horrible. I'm kind of coping here. It's not horrible because he's running with a Marcus and a Yan. He doesn't have to be the sole damage dealer, right? But you still want to run Adrenaline. That's just gonna be what you run. Or even Accelerator. I've seen a lot of Assault Rifle ISOs running that nowadays. But yeah, they kind of moved away from it because the initial burst damage with Assault Rifle is usually not worth unless your main idea is to charge your overheats and then proc that.
Yeah, because that's what you mentioned exactly what I was going to point out. With AR characters, you want to stack up that overheat before you really start putting out that big damage, so they do have a bit of a slow ramp time at the start.
It's looking pretty slow for this game, though. Pretty much the entire series, we've seen teams just colliding with each other, and as soon as I say that, well, there goes that.
And it's interesting to see how their play will change now that they're in checkpoint for Miran Sejong and BNK Furex, because now there's no push to get kills. All you have to do is win. You don't have to get all the kills. You don't have to chase down people and take risks. So we'll see if that affects their gameplay.
is changing up the way that other teams are playing, though. They're getting really aggressive for some of these teams.
Oh, yeah.
Dushiman is going to get himself on out. Of course, Danana not going to have enough damage to deal with any of this, but he TP straight into multiple teams. Team Fairy looking for a third party. Didn't manage to pick that one up. It actually goes in the favor of Team Gyeonggi Innate. Oh, man. All right. This is a game and a half for some of the teams being in checkpoint now.
Yeah, I mean, BNK Fear X, I mean, most of these games by this point, they've already gotten 3-4 kills. This game, with the roster change, they've completely changed up their playstyle. They're not in chapel anymore looking for kills. They're just looking to close this game out.
This is going to be interesting. Team Chuseith also getting really close to the checkpoint mark. Team Fairy, of course, looking to get into the checkpoint mark. But with this kind of comp, I mean, you have a fairly interesting team fight roster. Yan, we haven't seen this character in actually quite a while in ERM either. I think the last time we may have seen it was when KCW used to play that character back in like phase 1. So, yeah, pretty big, interesting characters coming through in this lobby, and the bans, of course, as well. G-Work gonna have to back away from this fight. E8 trying to push it in, but the CC shield actually disappearing as soon as he wants to try fighting this out. Alto
G-Work is
down.
just not able to contribute to this fight.
Revolu!
Oh no!
Whoa! One was dead.
Super early on this comp, and yeah, oh, huge flash! I didn't know you could go over that wall.
Rosner's chasing this down, but the death timers are pretty low here. One tool dodging out on something. The Bats kind of ruining chances, and he will live. So Team Fairy keeping themselves alive and in this game still.
That was a crazy flash. I don't think I'd have the confidence to go for that flash because I'm pretty sure I'd bonk my head. You'd have to have that perfectly lined up to go over, and you could see him pause for a moment. And when he got up against the wall and thought, "No, I can't mess this up, man."
Yeah. So big there too. Okay, Rosner kind of intimidation tacticking the entirety of BNK Fear X straight in towards the members of his own team, but Rosner is still alive. Oh! Don Quixote straight into the Sanguine Javelin. The second proc actually kills him. That's the first time I've ever seen a Suwa do that.
Yeah, right? That was different. Oh my god, all the Celine ults everywhere. Mirren Sejong looking for the kill against Auto Arms, or looking for the fight against Auto Arms. And that just kind of drops.
Both of our checkpoint
trying to utilize the passive, give blanks to the White Lily, and manages to get out. Rheumatic actually going the opposite direction. We'll see if Auto Arms chases him down for the point.
Oh?
Wait, Roster?
He
responds here all alone. We might see a little 1v1
action.
No! And what just happened? Oh my god!
He's trying to fight it. He's trying to fight it. He's got to get the resets on his memory. Don Quixote's in. He's not going to get the heal. That's going to be a one fight from Rheumatic. Oh my god. Whoa. Sunstar is going to hyperloop in. Does he get the kill? No, the healing drill pops. Isn't enough? No! Just barely not enough. BNK Fear X loses out on the Suwa again, and the death timers are stagnated for both of our checkpoint teams here, as BNK Fear X lost 2 members earlier. That's another death being tallied up for Rosner. Mira and Sejong losing 2 members earlier on as well. Both of our checkpoint teams kind of struggling, but Mira and Sejong, they want these kills. Beautiful pull over onto one circle. It will deny the initiation. The Wolves are also going to deny the Nana from finding an initiation as well.
Meanwhile, down in Uptown, or up in downtown, Fairy's just gonna walk away. It looked like a fight was about to happen. So Rosner he dashed in, and Rheumatic hit the White Lily, which pushed Rosner into the sandstorm. And it just kind of made me break. I lost my mind. Alto getting pulled in, but he's on Marcus, quite tanky. He's not gonna have any problem getting out. G-Work getting stunned, half his health, more than half his health gone, and yet again another fight where he's not really able to contribute, and they're just gonna kind of get walked over here.
Oh my god, teams are getting antsy. Teams are really getting antsy, Veek. We might not have that many kills across the board, but fights are abound. Darko straight up in the middle of everybody. Cadmus is gonna get taken out. He already invested his blink, which means the fight is over. Peacemaker online, but it gets cancelled, and the stun from the bear, double coming in. Oh my god, the heart taking all the stuns in the world, but Dushimen sitting on the backside. The bears are dead. The battle zone has begun, and that's going to be a little bit of a saving grace for Team Auto Arms. Otherwise, they would have had to deal with that mutant bear just pummeling the front line.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure what the interaction was on piece. Oh, never mind. Forget all that. Satin on the run. He's gonna get taken down by JCP. Dushiman left alone here. There's so much damage from Celine. Is this a damage battle zone, I believe? And Dina is just gonna die here. There's not really much he can do. He tries to get the revive on Satin, but it's just not. It's in vain.
Yeah, it's gonna be in vain. Battle zone won out by that team inside. It will be Team Auto Arms. Another team that's looking for kills and points right now, right? 7th place team at the moment, just barely above Team Fairy. These guys needs to catch up.
Oh, yes, they do. They have a lot of ground to cover, almost an insurmountable amount of ground. But as you said, I mean, you've had finals where literally all 8 teams are on checkpoint. It's not completely infeasible. Things could happen to make this go another 5 games if it had to.
Or even more, depending on how slow some of our bottom teams start moving up. And, you know, even if we have this many kills, it doesn't confirm that it's going to always be the case. There can be games where the scores aren't really that top heavy, which means we still have a potential few games ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle in, because just looking at how Team Auto Arms and Team Fairy is playing right now, there is a possibility in which we can see more games in the near distant future.
Okay. Fearx finding a little RNG on the wolf. It's going to be a tree in the hands of Rosner. Finding another one on the bear. What is going on for Fearx? They're just hitting. Meanwhile, speaking of hitting, Satin getting pushed back by Celine, but nothing's really going to come of this. Saber looking to re-engage while Estelle still needs to heal up from resting, but she manages to get it off. And I don't know what just happened there. Anyways, Cinema looking to lay down some poke, but Dina with the best range advantage here out of everybody. He's gonna be the one finding the most poke down onto Auto Arms. They don't really have a good way of pushing through this corridor. Dushiman kind of just a wall sitting in front of Dina, who's just gonna keep throwing suns and moons and all sorts of constellations down this corridor.
Oh, this is crazy. Estelle going all the way into the back line. She's completely isolated away. Peacemaker is actually going to buy a lot of time for the backside, but you know exactly what's coming, but it gets cancelled by the Moonstar fall.
Oh,
that's crazy,
Dina
Cinema.
Is so good at that. We've seen Dina do that time and time again this weekend, just canceling Peacemaker. Oh!
Cinema needs to get another blast wave in right now. He needs to get this beautifully done. He will actually be able to buy himself a little bit of time. WBT, he's going to get the res off. He's going to get the res off first. Finger point comes in. Cinema in a whole heap of trouble. He doesn't have the blast wave. Will get taken down, but JCP's on the chase. This should mean Cinema gets the res back up line, and the Dina is slowly starting to move towards the console as well.
And now they're going to get them. Wait, they don't have enough to revive. Saber doesn't have enough.
Oh no, they're about 20 away.
10 credits off, yeah.
Oh. It's a little bit awkward.
Harry
really.
On the run. Chuseet looking. Chuseet actually bringing. I didn't even notice Abigail's back out. You know, when the Jenny Van hits, is what they do. Oh, huge engage. Get your patty flipped, Dana. Oh, he takes so much damage, but down he goes. 2v2. Alto gets taken down. Ramatic pushes forward. And Fairy gets eliminated. Despite having such a good engage from Alto, it just isn't enough because the target he found was Danana with his patty flip.
See, it would have been good, but this happens all the time in solo queue. The Marcus flips somebody backwards like that, but you don't expect it and you go in. They're gone from the place where you initiated. One tool sent it, but she was gone. Estelle was gone. There was no one to be seen inside the Tetragon.
Yeah.
You hate to see
it. They had to make this composition too. It just seems like Fairy is... They're just in bits today. You know, everybody has bad days for tournament runs, and it's just not their day today.
Yeah, and this feeds even more credits over onto Vita and Sejong. I'm not even going to count kills at this point for that team. They're not looking for points, but they're looking for advantages in this game alone. Now, I don't know how many credits would have dropped from the side of Team Fairy. I have no idea how far ahead they were from points. or not points, sorry, transitions. But you can see Romantic already sitting on 4 transitions as the Tsubame. We've seen her just kind of ripping through teams throughout the course of the night. So that's a little bit problematic.
Looking, Cadmus gets hit by
the intimidation tactic is good! Look at the health bars on the side of BNK
so good.
Furex.
BNK is just dropping one at a time. E8 finds the kill, but he needs to get out. Revolut pushes forward, but the knockup from E8 is going to keep him alive, just barely, and they do have enough credits to get these revives off. But oh my god, that was very, very close to losing their checkpoint match here. And Mira and Sejong is just, they've been having such a solid game overall. I imagine they're all on very strong transitions. Auto arms. Oh, JCP actually has 4 items already.
Yeah, it is really good right now. Nice punch into the wall.
And Dina, look at this Dina flank. He's looking for an angle to try and throw some skill shots, but doesn't find the mark. Auto arms just backs out. They don't want to fight in this corridor against Celine and Adina. It's just too hard to try and push through. They're just kind of posturing.
Oh! Second finger point actually going in on towards WBT.
Goes on. Yeah, WDT getting
Sigma.
chunked really hard.
Oh my god, the blast wave sent the heart back in.
Yeah.
A little bit weird, trying to reset
Okay,
now.
Douchey Man really split off from his team. We'll see if the Celine damage is enough. No, it does not seem to be. JCP dashing forward towards Dina. Dina forced to blink out. JCP blinking after him, but it's just not going to be enough. He's grouped up with his team. JCP needs to peel back towards his teammates, and they just need to disengage here.
Gosh, this is bad. E8, he's lost his teammates. Down he goes. Dead on Cybers. BNK FearX will not be able to end this series off on a game number 5. That responsibility comes down to Mira and Sejong. Are they going to be able to destroy the curse that's been begetting them this entire Eternal Return Masters rotation with these checkpoint systems where you need to win a game? They have never been able to do that, but with this temp zone system, with the transitions they have, they're full transitions on Romantic and One Circle, waiting on blood transitions for the Widowmaker and the Black Lotus Shuriken. Peacemaker canceled out for Satan. Holy crap, down he goes. Where did his health bar go? Straight into the dirt.
Straight into the dirt. I love that. That was awesome. Yes, that cancel on the Peacemaker, absolutely detrimental. And meanwhile, over in school, Revolut forced to jump out, pretty much forced out of the fight. Nani looking for a re-engage, looking to buy some space for his teammates so they can all get out, and he succeeds at doing that. Ing9 looking for more, but there's just too much distance. Meanwhile, over in Chapel as well, the Peacemaker making Dina unable to play the game for now. JCP blinks out of Dina's combination of buttons. Satin getting blown up, oh my god, but the moves, he's got the moves, he's got the damage, and oh my god, it's down to a 1v1. Dina, Cinema, who's got it? Cinema out of minds right now, I think. Dina can heal. Oh.
No, the Sun Conjunct! Blink and Sun Conjunct. The thing is, it moves so slow, but the impending doom, you can just kind of feel it on the side of the Celine. Revolut getting chased down. Team Gyeonggi and 8, they're also looking for it. Down goes Revolut. 8th kill of the game for Gyeonggi and 8. Seems like Sus is eating good this game too.
Oh, yes, they are. And Wick going over to Gyeonggi, who is also very close to checkpoint, honestly. So this is huge for them. If they can win this game, deny Myeoda and Sejong their checkpoint victory, and make it into checkpoint themselves, that's exactly what they need. And they're slated to do it.
Oh my god, this series is going to come very, very close. Of course, again, for Mira and Sejong, they don't care about points. They just have to win the game. But the rest of the lobby knows this, right? This is not a comp that anybody else has been running. They should have an idea that Mira and Sejong is still built up. They're building their way on towards these blood weapons. 324 credits on the side of One Circle, 298 on the side of Romantic. As soon as the Widowmaker and the Black Lotus Shuriken comes up, that team is going to be nigh unstoppable if another team isn't able to third party this. Team Chusei looking to intercept this team. Up on the north side, Sebi sees the Estelle, but doesn't have the range to actually actively target this team down. Mira and Sejong, you know survivability is just the #1 goal in their mind right now.
Yeah, they don't want to take any unnecessary risks. And walking into an unfamiliar zone like Stream, they don't know what other teams are here. They don't want to take any risks at all. They are slated to win. They have all the advantages they need to win. They don't need to do anything special. And you can see them just posting up here on this top side of Stream, using the ballistic advantage for information to gain vision and see what's going on.
the way that this game is going right now, I think Mina and Sejong, as long as the zones allow it, should be able to get enough credits, even through natural region for the most part, to be able to get those blood weapons. There is no risk that this team needs to take until these temp zones or even final zones. They're going to look for control over these zones as well, to the point where, you know, they're going to be considered quite safe sitting in there, maybe by themselves even. Other teams needs to stop that. 2 transitions on the side of Danana, but he has the commander's helmet. We've seen this in conjunction with the Theo. The healing is insane. Can other teams actually deal with that right now?
We will have to wait and see. I mean, it seems like a lot of these teams have found their transition value and have a lot of strength, so it'll be interesting to see what comes of it. Sebi stepping forward, looking for something perhaps against the team of Mir and Sejong. But Saber also in this zone, just kind of on the south side chilling.
They'll just wait it out.
And yeah, both teams know they're down there because Dina's over there making pings, so everyone's aware that there is a third team in the area. Chusi gonna walk away? No, they're coming back in actually. They want to see if they can find a third party. Sejong is just waiting, huh?
Okay.
Sebi is just taking shots in his back.
Yeah, Sebi going through the Shinonome syndrome right now. Like, this guy is...
Yeah, I mean, like you said yesterday, this team's a match made in heaven.
Yep. Oh god, everyone is playing safe. They know Mira and Sejong cannot be allowed to win this. Outside of Mira and Sejong, everybody else is just waiting. They want to get their chance. They want the series to go.
Gonna find the taunt? No, he's not. But Cadmus is so close, and they're running right into Chuseed. Cadmus is just gonna take a lot of damage here. Magnani popping the ult to try and buy his team some space. BattleRoyale only has 3 seconds too. What? Oh. That sigh of relief.
Yep, but I don't think that's... Oh my god! The
board!
But he still gets tagged!
But it's not enough, and there's nothing his team can do to help. Reign of the Vampire Queen still on cooldown, and Cadmus is just way too low to do anything. They're still on the chase. Ing9 pops the Quake, confirms the taunt, has him taking damage. Ing9, the Wick buff is worn off, so he's not going to be able to sustain much damage as a Mide solo hitting Cadmus, but we'll see if he's able to buy his team enough time to get over here. The White Lily going to get Cadmus out, but he has no timer. He's just going to have to run back in here, and there's only 10 seconds left on this zone. He's dead.
Yeah, he's got to walk back in. He just has to
run right back into the loving embrace of the team that's trying to kill him.
Alright, here we go. Inside a stream, though. This is another one of our
These two have been postured forever.
Yep, these 2 teams are proxying Mira and Sejong right now. They are not allowed to escape this area at all. This team is under threat of being sandwiched. I think Team Saber and Team Chuseed is playing this out so well, to the point where even One Circle is not able to find himself a way out. Dina positioning perfectly. The stun actually coming in, which means the Sun Conjunct will land. They're going to have to back away into the little cubby on the northeast side. But look at the positioning of Team Saber and Chuseed. They still refuse to push.
Yeah, they're waiting for these final zones to start. I think we're gonna see a little white flag action on against Mira and Sejong. Both these teams aware that Mira and Sejong is here and that they're in checkpoint. They don't want to Cadmus.
That's a little bit of a weird X factor. He's
Hello,
still alive.
I am
He's
Cadmus.
gonna...
I am here. Oh my god! What just happened?
All right, here we go. Timer's not looking good on the side of Team Saber.
But Cadmus gave a kill to Mira and Sejong, which gave them a little extra timer to play around with here. It's so...
Okay, Saten's just gonna send it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Danana, can you save
corner
this?
Mira and Sejong and make sure that they die. Both teams
are
just gonna gang up on
popped!
Oh my god, Sebi, what are you? No!
He dashed through the wall!
One Circle has all the time in the world to do as much as he wants, but he's not enough. Chuseed gets on him. But Danana, sitting here.
Did actually stun him. He needs to kill the bodies. He needs to kill the bodies right now. He needs to kill the bodies. Xenophane, he needs to kill the bodies.
He doesn't have to. Abigail has no
He's got the heals. Oh my god, down he goes. He needs to just keep killing. He needs to just keep killing. Oh, there's one. Okay, there's one.
Dramatic goes down.
Timer advantage. Timer advantage. Xenophane needs to do this. Xenophane needs to do this. Danana will take the fall. He's almost there. Dimensional Claim, and he gets it. Chuseed knocks down the raid bosses. Mira and Sejong will not be able to end it in game 5. We are gonna get a game 6.
We were so close, but this weak Abigail character perseveres and finds a way. If Abigail wins a game in the finals of ERM, I'm gonna have to do a phone call after I'm done casting.
Oh, yo, we might as well bring him on here. Like,
I'm gonna have a phone call to make.
Yeah, just bring him here for like a quick second. He gets one word, and then we immediately boot him from the call. He gets a platform, but for one word.
One word. You have one word. Use it wisely.
See, but this is the point that we were talking about earlier with the Abigail. She has the Scarlet Scythe, and she's upgraded to the Dawn one, so she has the additional damage coming in with her auto attacks. Of course, I saw a prominence on her. 40% CDR is so massive for an Abigail who's looking to rotate through her skills. I don't even know what her actual augment is right now. So maybe if she's even running Stellar Charge, that's even more CDR for the rotations. Sebi's gonna go in, taking down dangerously low. Is gonna have to look for a reset. The Abigail is gonna be the next target. Ultimate's actually gonna be forced out. Look at the health bars on the side of this team. Oh, Shinonome getting taken dangerously low. It's another exchange. Down goes the Mido. Xenophine is going to be able to turn it. We're going to get an Abigail win in ERM.
Oh my god. Abigail won again.
And Wendy's here too. Yo, he cursed the Cecilia. I don't know.
What the hell, man?
And in fitting action, in the fitting end, we are going to get the Abigail victory pose to end it out. Xenophine being remembered as, I guess, the Abigail GOAT at this point. Like, who do we even consider him the GOAT as?
This guy's the Korean Galazar. He likes Lenny and he likes Abigail.
Just needs to pick up Fiora now, and I guess we're chilling.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, it's all that's left.
Spear Fiora? Question mark. Oh wow! But what a temp zone. I mean, a great
That
call.
was crazy.
Yeah, a great
Yeah,
call
I
from Danana though.
And the super detrimental thing is the new zone changes block off the zones. So Mira and Sejong doesn't have any more room to kite back when they run up there. They get completely cornered, and both teams just funnel in on them and just make sure that, hey, this tournament doesn't end so long as this team goes down.
Can I just say, second time Sebi has dashed across a final temp zone wall and he has popped. It's the second time that's happened this weekend. He did it once in the group stages. We went bonkers. It happened again at such a crucial time. If it wasn't for Xenophine, this series could have gone sideways. We saw how, I don't think I want to say behind, but we saw the holes that the side of Team Gyeonggi Innate has on that team composition. It's very difficult to lock a certain team down, especially if one, they just straight up barge in towards you. Two, they have really easy ways to access the Cecilia, Abigail. Or three, they just outrange you altogether.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we had seen. Oh man, that was crazy. Danana getting the revive on one circle, it really looked good, but Theodore is just one of those characters that just has no mobility and no ways to really do anything when someone's already in melee range of him.
Oh my god, oh my god. We get a game 6. We get a game 6, Meek. I'm kind of conflicted. I kind of want to have just a 5-game series just to kind of make some people in the chat mad that I get a little bit of a more break myself. But after game 5, how do you not want to watch more of this series? What a great way to deny a checkpoint team from winning. But off of that game, Meek, we might have another couple teams joining that party.
And I wonder if Mira and Sejong knew the team was below them forever. Like they'd been posturing against each other for so long. I wonder if there's a world where Mira and Sejong should have just went to a different zone.
Yeah, but they were locked in, right? They were so locked in. Again, Chuseat and Saber played that so well. They never regressed.
Yeah, they knew the mission. They knew the mission. You don't need white flags to know the mission. You just need to know if someone's on checkpoint.
Here we go. Round results for game number 5. Chuseat coming out on top. 19 kills in the end. 11 total field kills. It's going to just barely net them over into checkpoint. We have our top 4 teams sitting at that mark. BNK FureX sitting at 70 points. Mira and Sejong sitting up there as well. 66 points or 68, I can't tell. 61 for Gyeonggi Innate and Chuseat sitting at 60. My goodness.
This could be our last game. I mean, these bottom 4 teams, they've been struggling. I mean, Saber had one really strong showing. They could have another game like that where they win and squeeze into checkpoint. Daejeon Cybers has been consistently getting a lot of kills. All it takes is for them to have one little breakout performance and get a win, and also make it into checkpoint. So we could see 2 more teams get into checkpoint after game 6 as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will have to see. Team Fairy has to absolutely start stepping up here if they want to prolong the series any longer. Are they going to start busting out some weird compositions again, or are they just going to go back to their bread and butter? We know that one-shot composition works. It's just they've never been able to execute it correctly throughout the series so far. And I can't tell, again, if it's their fault or if it's all the other teams just reacting accordingly. Either way, they got to come up with something quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like in the group stages, the one-shot composition looked really good. And then yesterday in the wild cards, there was a lot of moments where you'd see the Nikki ult come out, and there wouldn't be any follow-up. They would find the Nikki ult, but it would just bring Nikki too far away from her teammates due to the enemy team reacting properly. So I think it's more on the teams reacting properly rather than the composition itself.
I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even know if it's the enemy teams reacting properly. There's just the one sending it.
Yeah.
So they're
That
not
too, right?
reacting
The,
correctly.
the ones that have sent it, yeah, they're pushing the one-shot comp on the back pedal and forcing them to play reactively, which is a lot harder when you're trying to do something that requires so much coordination.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that I really liked about Team Asher and their actual execution of that one-shot composition is how they're able to play around vision to buy themselves time for them to try those initiations. But this series, entire time, every time they've been running that one-shot composition, they've never had that vision advantage. All the other teams are the ones that has it, and they're the ones that initiate. And yeah, there we go. This is going to be the first time ever, I think, G-Works Arda debut in ERM. Alto going to be on the Nadine as well. He's going to be sticking in line with the crossbow skill, right? He's going to have access to that, but this time, instead of... gosh, I'm forgetting what the weapons for crossbow is. Give me one quick second here. I need to remember this. Ballista, I think it was, for the purple one. Instead, he's going to be going for the Legend of the General or something like that. Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting all the names.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with crossbows like at all.
Oh, it is the Legend of the General. Wow, look at that.
Wow, damn, he's good.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's any bans this game. Just kind of scanning through, trying to see. Yeah, I think everything is gonna be unbanned if this goes to a game 7, so that's pretty interesting. We do see the Fioras coming back out on the hands of Satin and JCP. And yeah, Auto Arms has definitely been way more comfortable on the one-shot comp with the Fiora setup rather than Fairy with the Adela setup. It just seems like the burst is quicker? Not sure. Or rather that Fiora's able to position alongside Nikki a lot easier than Adela is.
Wait a second, I just realized this as well. Kyungi Innate is actually going to swap over onto the Nadine too, because Gino losing out on the Tsubame. You got 2 crossbow Nadines all of a sudden?
Yeah, that's new. We haven't seen Nadine all weekend. Revolut blinking over the wall, the mad dash to try and get this loot distribution. I believe both of these characters look for pretty similar things, but yeah, Revolut finding what he needs.
Hey, Gino. Not sure
Now
what
it's
he's
a level 1 blink.
Yeah, okay. We'll have to see what these Nadines end up building, right? Because they are running crossbow. We should be able to see those auto-attack builds coming through, because when you're running the amp version, it's still going to be the bow. I don't think you're going to poison crossbow or stay the crossbow Nadine at all. This should be the auto-attack version, but I do note that both of those Nadines are not running the exact same build, so it's going to be slightly different for both of them. Kind of interested to see what those differences will be.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Daejeon Cyber's looking for their trademark little chapel briefing, and they're gonna find it on Dina. He's gonna go down. Meanwhile, over in Forest, Donana going down to auto arms.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's actually kind of brutal for Dina right now. I know you haven't really been here for previous phases, but whenever it comes to completing early game, actually it was Dina that really started it out, because he finishes, I think, about 2-3 items on his second zone, which is Doc, really early, and starts looking for kills. When characters like Charlotte was being picked a lot, he always killed the Charlottes because they start down on the south side of the map. But this time, he's the one that's getting picked out really early on in the game.
Yeah, it's certainly a change of pace, and part of it is just Daejong Cybers. They're grouped up every game super early in that chapel area, which is exactly where Dina is trying to finish his build. Rheumatic getting ganged up on again. Daejong Cybers, they're down here, man. Don't come down here alone unless you want the smoke.
Cadmus is really confident on the start go early game. It's really nice to be able to see him pick up something else other than the Isaac. Ooh. It's feeling good, it's feeling good.
And now Ing9 walking into, you know, Daejong Cyber's favorite place to be, but ooh, grabs Ing9, dunks him right onto Dasu. Dasu losing half his health instantly. This fight breaking out, complete 3v3. Daejong Cyber's getting challenged on their zone, and Revolu going into the backline trying to take out Dasu, but he's not able to pump out enough damage. Magnati just gonna have to run out and keep his team alive here.
Ongnan, you're not keeping track of tactical skills, the blinks over the wall. The Reign of the Vampire Queen would have been incredible if the blinks weren't there. Yeah, it would have been awesome. Oh my god, Shackling Anchor going to be completely dodged out by Saber, but oh my god, what happened?
Just going to be the end of Auto Arm. Satin just lining up his skill shots perfectly to hit both members of Auto Arms, and WBT is just not going to be able to get out of this. Auto Arms. Oh wait, Cinema lived. What? Oh, the revive times are short right now, right?
Oh, because he's level 7!
Yeah.
He didn't hit the break point of level 8 where your death timer starts going up into the 20s.
I thought for sure they were wiped there. Okay, well.
Wow.
What a... I don't... surely that wasn't intentional, but... Anyways, we have another fight. Did you see... the Springtrap hitting one tool, pushing him back in, but it is an Alonzo. He's not going to take much damage. The Magnetic Storm pulling everybody in, but it's just not going to be enough. G-Work just going to run. Nobody's going to chase him here. He'll be alright.
Tool bought a lot of time, but this is still an early game to Dean. Yeah, her stacks might have been capped with some of the recent changes to her, but here we go. JCP trying to duke it out up against Romantic on the backside. Does he get the damage off? Absolutely not. Jenny's going to move in, try to get that done. One circle going to get taken down here as well. Cinema taken too low, will get taken down. WBT says, hey, 1 for 2? Not that bad. I'm just going to get on out of here.
And that's something we didn't discuss. Jenny back to being unbanned. Rheumatic looking so comfortable on this pick. And just the combination that they've been going for with the Hell Attack stat onto Rheumatic as he's going in, it's just allowed him to play the game exactly the way Jenny wants to play.
Good, here we go, another fight. Team Fairy looking for points, gonna jump it on over onto Team Gyeonggi Ine. Tazu booking it away with the Sandstorm. It's not gonna be enough for him to get away from the finger point range of one tool. Fight instead of Hotel over the Tree of Life. One gonna get taken down. Dushiman about to? Absolutely not. He's staying alive. Will get taken down. Now turns into a 2v2, but Satin's still alive on this character. That Fiora, the bane of so many teams in the series so far. I don't know if they want to try fighting it right now. They will, actually.
It looks like Satin is kind of isolated here, but that's because Dino went for the revive instead of prioritizing helping Satin. Satin buying enough time for them to catch up, and they are going to be rewarded with another kill.
Saber looking really good in this game. 5 kills already. They're starting to step up for themselves. Really needs these points. Really needs the early leads to deny half the lobby from finishing in first place. Very solid start. We saw how good this team can be as long as they can make it to the end game. And with these early starts, I think it's going to be a very okay chance for them to actually do that.
Yeah, I mean, Saber's racking up the points. I mean, if they can get a good handful more kills and close out this lobby, they might also slide into checkpoint range, which would be something special. We'd be going into a Game 7 at that point. 4 teams on checkpoint right now, so it's gonna be tough. We're gonna see a lot less metagaming because all these teams are on checkpoint together. Chusette looking for a fight. Cadmus taking some damage from Sebi. Sebi waiting. His meter's running awfully low. He might enter Exuviation this fight. Yes, he's going to.
Oh,
no, not quite yet. Sebi barely surviving.
No
oh my
way!
God, forward and he dies too. Oh no! How does Sebi live?
It's just the I don't know, man. Dude, Shinonome and Xenophine is just a goat. It 100%. There's no way Sebi should have lived that if it was anybody other than Shinonome and Xenophine. Garden Reverse is gonna miss from WBT. This is gonna stunt the fighting capabilities of Auto Arms just a little bit, but they're still forced to go in it. Good damage onto Romantic as 2 harpoons are going to land. The fight on the backside, WBT absolutely in there. Shackling Anchor gonna tag onto 2. 1 circle gonna get out of that fight. Same thing for WBT, same thing for Cinema, same thing for JCP. It's a battle zone for Team Mira and Sejong.
That's huge. I mean, Rheumatic's already got his double Mithril spike, so this Mithril will probably go over to 1 circle. I'm not quite sure what he's going to build with it. Probably a similar item. We'll just have to wait and see what he decides to do with it.
Just see it for that team. It's really funny because that team is actually kind of Mithril heavy, but can't really use any of them.
Yeah.
First gonna
Q work. Finding his mark with the box. They're just gonna get this freebie on WBT. Oh man, JCP having a bad time with the Bears. This is bad news Bears over here. And yeah, he's just gonna get taken down.
Well, it just means that the last one alive on Team Auto Arms right now is gonna be the Carla. 34-second death timer on that Fiora will only revive with about 20 seconds left of night number 2. A lot of time being spent for this team reviving means that it's just a ton of time not getting mastery.
Magnani popping the ult, getting the circulation cancelled from E8, but E8 in a whole lot of trouble. The intimidation tactics poaching him in. He's gonna retreat back, but on the tail end of things, Revolut getting chunked out really hard. Rosner looking for more, not able to find his mark with the Q, but E8 on the chase, and this ERM character so good at chasing people down, but they're just not gonna be able to find anything.
Carla's good at chasing, Carla's good at running away from people, IRM good at chasing people, but in the end, E8 on the IRM is mostly going to be on the melee side of things when she's trying to chase things down, and you know how Carla is up against melee characters, trying to chase her in a straight line, but Tejan Cybers, they're going to be forced into another fight, Denali gets angled onto the back line, fortunately rooted down from Magnani. Blast field is
shot missing. And yeah, wow, Revolut, good reaction time to just jump out of there after getting knocked up. He did not want to get any more follow-up from that because it would spell certain death. Now, day 3 activated, revives are gone. What were you going to say, Shubi? Sorry?
I'm a little worried because just from that fight, I don't know how their communication's like. Why did Cadmus step away from Denana when... And it allowed Denana to actually get a straight beeline on towards the back.
Yeah.
That should never happen as
yeah,
a front-to-back cop.
That was just really... I don't know, things just look kind of bizarre there. You were going to pick up the meteorite. Nimrod, activate.
Oh. This is still pre-buff Nimrod's Gate, right? So you only get, I think, 5 meters at level 3, but it's not there, so it's like 4 meters.
Oh, Nimrod, why couldn't you make a bigger gate?
Well, unfortunately, yeah, Arta's gonna have to deal with that for now. Hopefully, Arta does do good, right? This is the first time I think we're seeing Arta in this entire tournament this weekend.
Yes, would be correct.
It's actually
pretty
good.
Oh, Satin's looking for something. Pops the ultimate, the Amp Drone activated. Yushiman landing the stun, the magnetic storm pulling Revolut in. Revolut is just taking so much damage. But Satin going down. It's now a 3v2, but the health advantage still in the hands of Saber. Meanwhile, over in Cemetery, we do have another fight between Fairy and Youngie. Oh my god! Dessou just gets blown up, but so does G-Work. Ing9 maybe looking for something, but here comes Auto Arms on the tail end of things. Where the heck did these guys come from? JCP looking to finish the job. Ing9 is just gonna get out. Okay.
It's one of the checkpoint teams in a lot of trouble right now. Minus 250 points towards this team. They have credits for it, but 4 kills only for Team Gyeonggi. This is not the usual game where they have access to the Tsubame either. It's Nadine. Much more susceptible to the burst damage and the damage coming in from these backline mages. I don't know about this one. A lot of the checkpoint teams are actually losing credits left and right.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the bottom, a lot of these teams they're low on credits. If even Miller and Sejong, if they manage to have 2 people die, they won't be able to revive both.
It's what I think about to turn into night 3. They still have a lot of time. I think with 370 credits on the side of Rosner, I think they should be okay as long as they don't call anything. But you see it again, uncontested on the Omega
Rosner,
side.
You mean Romantic?
Oh yeah, sorry, Romantic. My bad. Yeah, you're right.
Wrong. Yeah.
There's a lot of R names over here.
Yeah, their names start with the same letter. It's passable.
I'm losing it too, I guess.
This
This
entire getting weekend. The Dragon Fury. Oh, okay. In Uptown, Satin eating these eating these caltrops for breakfast. I hate caltrops. It's just stepping on Lego, man. It's awful.
Slowing them is a lot bigger than I think people anticipate.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think,
exactly.
hey, I can step through it and maybe still try to choose. Nah, it's like a 60-70% slow. It's filthy.
And we've seen this time and time again. Teams posturing through this little corridor. Every time we've seen it, no fights actually happened. Yeah, Fairy's just going to walk away, but they are forced to go somewhere. And Gyeonggi's aware of it. They're going to use the Nimrod's Gate to just run through here. Also using the move speed from this... What is that? The Tailwind, I guess it's called?
Are they calling it Sandstream? It's a cool name.
Sandstream. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Alright, here we go.
Sounds bad as hell.
Saber needs to knock this team
man
down.
finding E8 getting blown up. Satin doing so much damage. And Dina on
he gets the
run.
stun!
Rosner looking up, but he got the stun. And here comes... Ooh, he buffers it again. But it's just not enough. Rosner going down. And Jolonjo, that's how you pronounce that, right? He's just on the run.
There's the pull back in. Melee characters chasing a Cecilia. Nice joke. Another fight inside a police station as down goes one. Mida and Sejong on the back end. Nana is gone. One circle trying to go into a bush. He does have the Sapphire Protocol. Will blink over the wall. It's a 1-for-0 in favor of Team Chuseat. We're having a mix and match of some of these non-checkpoint teams and some checkpoint teams having success in these fights, but another one on the south side, 89 in the whole heap of trouble exclusive is going to be forced out. No chance in hell he's going to live. Team Fairy picks up another one. Kyunggi and 8 in a whole heap of trouble. Team Fairy are looking for a breath fresh of life.
There's the magnetic field. Into the magnetic field, but it's just not enough. There's no follow. Nobody else took the Nimrod's Gate to go in with them.
Oh, no! The Ardo goes in!
Nimrod!
They're looking. It's going to be the dice that's going to miss. A lot of damage dealt over onto the members of Team Fairy. They will just back away from that one, but it seems like, I guess, G-Work as well as... who was it? My goodness, I'm forgetting who the Dean is. They just weren't on the same page.
Alto?
Yeah, was it? No, it's not Alto.
Yeah, Team Fairy?
Yeah, it's not Alto because they used to be they're ex-teammates now.
Oh!
Now I'm
am I like losing my mind? What's going on here?
We'll figure it out later on. There goes an IRM. Kyunggi innate. Was it an IRM? No, it was an Nadine. Look at us go. We are actually losing our minds right now.
What is happening right now? You've got me so confused.
Kyunggi innate in a whole heap of trouble. Another checkmate. A checkpoint. Oh my god.
Yeah, another checkmate on checkpoint.
The brain rot begins. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it does. Oh no.
Jesus, man. Okay, well, Kyunggi innate checkpoint team will be on Cope, as the Cecilia is the last one alive on that team. They have an okay amount of credits, an average of about 150 credits per person, 450. They should be pretty close to rest somebody else, but Fairy loses out on the Ardo.
Yeah, also not quite able to group up with them. And Chuseat is looking so strong this lobby, they might win the tournament off this game.
They're actually looking good. Uncontested Wicca line. This has been a pretty common theme for Team Chuseat. A lot of the objectives they actually go to, always uncontested for some reason. They managed to get away with this for absolutely free.
And that's huge. I mean, this Jenny picking up the high noon, such a huge damage spike for them. G-Work?
It's fine.
He's fine. They're going to regroup. So. Yeah. That's exactly what I was worried about, him Nimrodding away and not removing the White Lily, but good presence of mind from G-Work.
Oh, there we go.
Zebby just flying in. And also, forcing the backpedal, the force field, buying a lot of time for Sebi. G-Work goes down, and now we have a 3v2. Alto looking to push forward. He doesn't have enough time to wrap around, and yeah, he's just going to go down.
It's actually
One
tragic
tool
too.
looking to find an area. He just needs to hyperloop somewhere to revive his teammates. Quick, Rapido. 24 seconds left, and oh no, this is the worst zone he could have picked to try and get this off. And he's just gonna get taken down. Miran Sejong finding another kill here. Getting a couple more credits, bringing themselves back in the game. But Gyeonggi waiting in the wing, finding the third party. The taunt misses from Ig9. So much damage coming on these frontliners. Front to back fight going in. But they're just gonna disengage, and now Daejong Cybers finds the third party, the perfect vision angle, hiding behind the wall. No wards put down either, so they just played off of footsteps.
Oh my god, how many teams are here?
And now finding the fourth party. It's just a spiral of death. Magnani going in, trying to do anything to help his teammates, but now Miran Sejong finding the eighth party, or whatever we're at that point.
There's another one!
All these bodies. Oh my god, everyone's just hiding in areas and finding kills. And now we have injured teams on day 5. Gyeonggi down there, Nadine. FearX down there, ERM. These two teams in checkpoint effectively losing their chances at finding anything. They're down, but they're not out. Auto arms going in. Ig9 taking a ton of damage. Uses the exclusive to try and dodge out on the fjord damage. He's just getting chased down. The Quake slow. Buying a little more time, but it's just not enough.
Oh my god, and with that, 2 checkpoint teams are in a whole heap of trouble. 2 non-checkpoint teams are taken out though. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Miran Sejong.
Dramatic is down. He did not find his way onto a Theodore Q while and play dead. He is chunked out, but one circle, completely unchecked.
Oh god,
and these are the corridors that you love to fight in as Theodore. So much damage coming down, so much utility and healing coming back onto the team of MSJ.
Look
They're
at the
almost
minimap.
full health again. Wait. Auto arms finding them. Dina.
Oh no!
Oh my god, Satin just blows up JCP. And now Cinema trying to contribute to this fight. He's alone with Satin. Satin getting awfully low. But here comes MSJ with the third party again.
I think that's it.
Oh my god.
I think that's it, me. Both of the non-checkpoint teams just griefed each other into oblivion, and that's it. These are all they have left, unless these teams are able to find a free open zone for themselves when it goes to the temp zone phase. I mean, that's gone. Oh no! Cinema is gonna miss that too. Down he goes. Now the Nikki trying to salvage this.
Wait, what?
There's teams. There's teams in the entrance.
He's just praying that they have low timer and that he can fly it out, but it's just not enough. But even still, Saber, despite picking up those kills, they're still in shambles here. I mean, and they're the only non-checkpoint team left. In order for this series to continue, they need to find a way to a zone alone or win a 2v3, and it just doesn't look feasible at this point.
Yeah, how do you do that? Miran Sejong, they know this is one of the open zones right now. They don't know that it's a 2v3 just yet, but there is no way in hell and Adina is going to be able to out-damage the healing coming through from one circle when Commander's helmet is just being procced over and over and over and over again from Dinana. Dina standing in the corner, getting tagged by the auto attacks. Romantic just pumping damage one after another. Energy Blast Field comes in.
Energy Blast Field. Oh,
okay, there's the play dead. Dushiman's still alive. Wait, this is actually not that bad. No, down goes the Adina.
Snipe from one circle, taking out Dina, and Dushiman is not going to be able to do anything. FearX, though, they are a duo, but this is an opportunity for them. They're fresh off a fight for MSJ, but they're already healed up.
I think that's it, Meek. I
think this is the end. This is the end.
I
FearX stepping up. MSJ under the impression that FearX is a 3-man right now. They're really giving a lot of respect. They don't want to make any mistakes here. All it takes is one good pull from Sisela, and Rosner could combo into it and create a one-shot onto either one circle or Ramatic. Ramatic, I think his play dead is still down from the earlier fight. So he has to be careful here. And a good old Magnetic Storm, goodbye, and now we only have checkpoint teams left. This will be our last game of the series. FearX trying anything, Rosner not hitting any of his dashes, he's just gonna go down. Cholenchol unable to run away from Dinana, and now all we have is Chusit versus Miran Sejong. One of these two teams will be our ERM champions.
Let's be real here. We've seen the results of these two teams fighting, and of all things, it's a school final zone again. The bane of existence for Team Chusi. These guys,
Good presence of mind from Shinomoe to get rid of the sand plant, removing that option for One Circle, because last time they fought, One Circle used his passive to escape Sebi and position himself perfectly for the fight.
Okay, here we go.
Coming completely unchecked. Here we go. Going in. Sebi on One Circle. One Circle using the energy blast field to get away. The cannon, the field coming out. So much healing coming down, but Rheumatic completely all alone, isolated in a 2v1. One Circle not able to really do much. Rheumatic pumping down damage onto Sebi. He's going to stay alive. Danana buying enough time, and Miran Sejong looking to disengage here and heal up.
Sebi.
Such a good engage from Chusit, but it just wasn't enough. Rheumatic down his play dead though. That is huge. Shinonome still has his.
One Circle about 20 seconds away until his energy blast cannon is going to start coming back alive. They need to go now. Chusit. Oh my god, the red carpet is going to buy extra time. Springtrap is going to miss. Sebi knows he needs to go. He needs to go right now. Force field still on cooldown. He's going to use it in just a second. One Circle is the target. They need to get this before the crash land comes, but the crash land will come. They're still waiting. Energy blast field is up. They're trying to buy time as much as possible. Rheumatic trying to heal himself back up. 45 seconds on his timer. Sebi healing himself back up right now too. Miren Sejong on full blast, except for the heli tags that. There's the blink in, there's the jump!
Coming back. Huge spring trap onto One Circle. One Circle taking so much damage, but he's not going to go down yet.
It's gone, it's gone! They're fighting into it, One Circle! Can he get taken down? Yes, he can!
Yes, he does! But Rheumatic doing so much damage. The force field, the healing when Sebi stays alive, and it's going to be Chusit taking
the curse!
Finals. That is crazy. Miran Sejong staying within their cursed realm of not winning on this format.
The curse still continues as Miren Sejong losing it. Team Chusit will be your Season 4 Phase 2 ER Masters champions. Seraphine, Shinonome, and Sebi, the Psychos, all collided into one team. A match made in heaven will be the victors of the weekend. And what a tragic end for Miren Sejong. They won the last checkpoint system that wasn't waiting first place. They had a chance to do it, but Team Chusit is able to overcome the unstoppable brick wall that is Miren Sejong.
And Chusit played it perfectly. Shinonome taking out, they played the plant so well. They took out the option of the sand plant, so that way One Circle did not have that as an out. And then they also, oh man, they also used the White Lily to create an engage. Sebi finding his way onto One Circle. All the important cooldowns burned. Play dead, burned. The Theodore ult burned. So on the re-engage on the second fight, they just had a complete advantage. And then by the time the third fight came around, because that's how that actually ended up happening, Theodore's ult came back up, but he's forced to use it defensively, and Sebi was able to take him down. And just, wow, just amazingly played by Chusit. Shinonome and Seraphine are just so crazy when they play together, and today they just brought the synergy.
I don't even know if this was intended from Team Chusit. I don't know if anyone even in chat noticed this. One Circle never got an offensive Sapphire protocol that entire fight. Because he was pushed to the left side of the final zone. And yes, there is a bush right near the entrance of archery range, but no fights ever happened even remotely close to that bush. And I think once One Circle took a Sapphire protocol from the big bush right next to right underneath like the car loot box, but he had to use it to run away. He wasn't autoing with it. He didn't use the shield offensively. And as soon as the Sapphire protocol came through, the entirety of Team Chusit backed up. They were all waiting because the energy blast field was used for One Circle to get away. They backed up, waited a little bit. I think went in a little bit prematurely, so that's why Sebi almost got 1v1 by One Circle, but he had just barely enough damage to knock down One Circle with the envenomization, keep himself alive, dash on out of there with the resets, reset himself, and then take care of the rest as the Nana falls, correspondingly Rheumatic. What a fairy tale ending for Team Chusit, who had such a struggle at the beginning of the series here today, but built themselves up, got into checkpoint. The lowest point checkpoint team, by the way, out of all the other checkpoint teams we've had today in this series. But they still
Abigail won an ERM.
They did indeed.
Wow,
an Abigail
that's
team.
Crazy. A team that ran Abigail won ERM. That is absolute nonsense. And I mean, Chusit has been playing so so well throughout this whole series. They had to go through the wild card format as well, so this was a hard-earned victory. Has Chuseat won an ERM before?
Nope, this is a new roster that started filing
Wow,
in from
that
last
is
season.
huge for them. Then congratulations to these guys. That's insane.
God, what a weekend that you and I
History being made.
witnessed.
Yeah.
My God, so many records being broken, so much history being made, and so much fun we have had watching the Eternal Return Masters Season 4 Phase 2. Guys, again, I want to show you guys the appreciation for dropping in and watching with us as well. We always keep track of chat, so always love the interaction you guys give with us, and also gotta love the fact that some of the curses that comes through with Windy was also here. Gemos was here with some of those Avas. Galloser was here for the Abigails. Dude, we're living life.
Breathing life into the champions themselves. Gala, you're just gonna have to play Abigail, man. Stop coping out on that Estelle. Stop coping out on whatever the hell else you've been busting out.
Abigail was the
I
reason
can't wait,
why the
man.
series didn't end, right? Prematurely.
Yeah. This series would have been over had Marathon Sejong won that stream temp zone. Yeah, that's
Xenophine
the
with
phrase
some
I'm looking
really
for.
good
Yeah.
decision makings there. And again, I'll say it again. I think Denana made the right call of trying to look for a revive because one, Estelle can revive a lot faster, and two, I don't think an Estelle is going to be able to beat out an Abigail in terms of raw damage ever.
I wonder if there's a world where Rheumatic could have self-revived.
Maybe, but they were all within vision range, and you have to remember that self-reviving takes, what, like 25 seconds, and everyone's timer
Mhm.
was starting to tick down at that point, too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's one of those things you'd have to really look back and analyze, and when you're in the heat of the moment, as these players are, it's hard.
It's
It's
so
really hard.
hard. It's near impossible, if anything, and the fact that some of these players are able to find those the needles in the haystack moments, right? Like Xenophine finding that kill. And quite interestingly enough, that play from Xenophine is what allowed them to win the series. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
They wouldn't have even made it into checkpoint, I'm pretty sure, had they not won out in that game.
With this win, now we are done with the weekend. Now we can start looking at what's actually coming through because of this result. Team Chuseat, I believe they actually had a pretty good result even during phase 1. I can't promise that. I can't remember if they actually made it into the finals. Maybe they got into the wildcards and just barely didn't make the cut. But if they did get into phase number 1 finals, I think at this point they might be guaranteed to go to season finals. Usually teams that win a phase and then have another performance, they get a direct pass at least in a day 1.
That would be nice to see. I mean, they've certainly earned it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Especially with this weekend's performance. They played just phenomenally, and we saw multiple teams on that composition, and we saw, I believe it was Asher running the exact same composition, and they didn't look like Chuseat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just didn't look like they had the same level of comfort on the composition that the way that Chuseat does. They seem so rehearsed and so comfortable on this composition, and they're all ready to just go in at the same time. Almost like they don't even need communication to do it. Anyways, here we have the scores. Chuseat, the champions of today, without even having the most points, actually. Mirren Sejong having more points overall. But that's the way the cookie crumbles with this format.
Yep, and what this means is that Chuseat will take away the 1 million Korean won prize pool section of the champions. They actually won, but they'll also take away, I believe it was 800,000 Korean won for the second place point placement prize pool as well. Whereas Mira and Sejong, they're going to take away 1 million Korean won for taking away the first place when it comes to point placements alone. So not that bad of a series for Mira and Sejong, but yet again, the curse strikes for this team. And I've told this to multiple teams, multiple people actually before, that I've always told me, they only prefer this final, this checkpoint system. I think that this checkpoint system, yes, it's absolutely fantastic, but the teams that definitely deserve it are always cut short by something happening.
Yeah.
Always.
The first team to hit checkpoint always gets metagamed on.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happened, actually. Now that I think about it, Mira and Sejong, actually, No, they joined with Team BNK Fearx now that I think about it. So technically, yeah, same thing. Whereas in the previous checkpoint system with the whole, get the most amount of points, we saw a lot of teams that definitely deserved it take away the victory. So I'm still conflicted here. I'm not sure which one my preferred checkpoint system is, but it's what we got.
It
It's
hurts
what we're running.
it hurts to see a team get robbed like this, especially something like Merlin Cedron here, who I feel played the best in the series overall, right?
So
I think that's pretty easy to say. They played so well every single game. Outside of the first one, the first game they had a bit of a slow start. But outside of that, they just look so dominant today, but that's this format, it creates a lot of hype because things like this can happen. I think from a player point of view, from my if I were playing in it, I would prefer the other checkpoint format. But from a spectating point of view, I definitely would prefer this one.
Indeed, Meek. But with that, my friend, I believe our weekend of Eternal Return Masters is over, guys. That means in 2 weeks, we will have phase number 3 group stages. It's going to be still right here on the Eternal Return game channel, 5 a.m. Central Time. Of course, before that, there is still going to be qualifiers next week. But those qualifiers are not going to be streamed on this channel. I believe there's a lot of Korean channels that might be streaming each of the individual groups. In order to figure out how that's going to work, just keep up to date with some of the sports news posts that gets posted on the Eternal Return website. Otherwise, maybe ask around. Maybe I can give you some answers in regards to who is streaming it. I know Circadia was also doing a watch party for one of the groups for phase number 2. There's a lot of different ways to get access to all that kind of information. So make sure you guys keep up to date because Eternal Return Masters is not done yet. Group stage is still online, ready to go for phase number 3. And that right there will be the last chance for some of these teams to try making it straight into days 1 and 2 of the season finals of season 4.
And that'll be 2 weeks from today on the 19th. That'll be crazy to see. I mean, the group stages are just insane. I mean, we saw the group stages from this weekend were just absolutely unbelievable, unprecedented things happening. These teams just willing to take so many more risks in these group stages, so many more crazy things happening, so much different decision making. The group stages are always so much fun. Make sure you catch them.
Yes, sir. Other than that, guys, of course, the 1-year anniversary event is still ongoing. Make sure you guys partake in it. Log into Eternal Return every day to pick up those hot time event pickups as well. Check your mailbox in order to pick those up. Other than that, North America EROB Finals is going to be later on tonight, so make sure you guys drop in if you guys are interested in watching more competitive Eternal Return, because I heard the teams in the finals are going to make it a banger.
Oh yeah, very competitive teams playing today for the North American region. And the weekend after this, we also have ERCS coming up, so there's just non-stop action every single week, or weekend rather, for competitive ER. It's going to be a banger.
I'm so excited. What a great weekend we had. I'm hoping all of you guys had a fantastic weekend. But from us, from me and Meek, thank you so much for joining me, by the way, this weekend when Super was not available.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with you, man.
This is a blast, man. I mean, I hope I get to do it again. If Super ever wants to take a plane to California again, I'm willing to do this. This was awesome.
Yeah, make sure you leave him a DM about
needs
that.
a
Maybe
break.
he'll take extra trips.
Yeah, maybe if he just wants a break one day, or if he sleeps in and I'm awake, just things could happen. I could just show up again randomly. You guys never know.
Yeah, the identity crisis will continue down in the future of Eternal Return Masters casts. But outside of that, guys, thank you so much for watching. We had an absolute blast this weekend. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you guys back here on the Eternal Return channel for Eternal Return Masters Season 4, Phase number 3. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
Ciao. Don't forget to claim your drops.
Afternoon? What the heck? Yeah,
Afternoon,
bye.
Yeah, night. You haven't gone to bed yet. You were up all night. I know it. God.
Bye.
Goodbye.